station.
Tiana, was it? No,
Deanna.
Deanna.
She went blonde though. She was
no, the ships.
Beverly Crusher.
No, she was the one that Riker always used to go after.
Yeah.
Her and the original, she was blonde. She was a tall.
Yeah.
Tasha Yar, that's it.
Yeah.
I used to find her attractive, and the other one I used to find the counsellor.
Deanna Troy.
Yeah, Troy. Right. We are live now.
Okay. We're still talking about Deanna
Can't see you. Yeah. There we go. Have to squeeze it a bit. There we go. I've got a big wide angle shot of you. So
excellent. Right. Yeah. Good evening.
No flashing.
No flashing.
Before you start, let me just double check.
We've got some sound.
Yes, after last time.
Lights, camera.
We've got a different microphone this time.
1 2 1 2.
Testing.
Because people who use a mic can't count further than 2.
1 sec.
Only for entertainment purposes only.
1 2 1 toast.
Toast. That's actually a very good way.
And we are live. Go.
Toast. Oh, okay. Well, we are live. We've got sound. Hopefully better than our live Oscar Medium last week. So hopefully the microphone situation has been rectified. I've changed the mic.
I'll do a sound check. 1 sec.
Now he doesn't sound check.
Yeah.
That's it. Go on.
That's great. So that's working lovely. Not bad for 30 quid that mic. Tackstar. It's I look.
I thought his name was Nigel.
No, it's Tackstar that mic.
Oh, okay. I thought you said his name was Mike.
Yeah, but I was looking at mic tests because the Rode are the go-to mics. Well, I didn't have the money at the time, so I saw a review and the Tackstar comes out very well against the Rhodes. And like,
well, put it through its paces, what I say.
Yeah.
Test it out.
So yeah. So if you want a cheap shotgun mic, get a Tackstar. They're good. Anyway, a Tackstar.
A Nigel.
A Nigel. All right, we're going to call the microphone Nigel. Yeah. Nigel Tackstar. Anyway, good evening. Welcome to the round table, and we have a full house tonight because we've got Paul, myself, Rudy, Gloria, and we've got Karen back as well, who's going to impart us with her experiences with alien aircraft and UAPs and
Yes.
and obviously Gloria's experiences as well.
As long as the electricity doesn't start going weird.
Oh, we'll soon find out. It could.
As long as
we
I don't
just
get
don't
your friend over
Nah, you won't. It's fine.
again.
No, Gloria's accepted that message, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to carry on as I say because Karen and Gloria have got their own experiences. So I can't remember because we did quite a good live stream last time, in amongst the football because that was going on.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
I've just got the K2 into shot now. So
Okay. All right.
I've got that going out.
Yeah.
So Palladians 1.
Play.
West Bromwich Albion 0.
Humans.
Yeah.
I don't know what where that came from.
Yeah. So yeah,
I like that. Off the cuff.
yeah, we're doing the follow up. Have we got any more coming yet?
Yeah, it's like squinting this time.
Just trying to get the lights on.
Yeah, actually that's
Right,
a little
right.
bit like
Sorry, is that too bright?
Yes, it's just really on.
I
Yeah.
feel like I'm in interrogation.
Yeah, it's like
Fine. Just trying to get the lights.
Maybe next time I use that selfie light that
Yeah.
Thomas goes.
Yes. Yeah.
That'd be really good for this. 'Cause
yeah,
it's
it's
nice and
really
small.
got dimmer.
So yeah, we're going to talk about our experiences, and obviously if you want to drop in with yours and the different alien species that we're familiar with, I suppose. Obviously, would be whether you've seen different species and things, and
Yeah, JD.
JD helps see that. Yeah.
Is that a Juliet discouraging from the planet discouraging? Is it?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's nice to have that kind of experience. I wouldn't recommend it to everyone, but
Yeah.
For a nervous disposition or something like that.
A disposition of
JD's a good level of nerves.
It didn't stop your friend from
Fred.
saying hello.
Fred, who's Fred?
That's the Arcturian.
That's funny.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to start. I haven't had any encounters I can personally speak of or remember. But the one thing I can remember, actually, strictly speaking, it probably wasn't even an alienet. It probably was. It wasn't even a UAP. But there was a thing that happened quite some time ago. I think it was. We're going back to about 2013, the last air show.
Is that long ago?
Yeah,
Wow.
I think 2013 was the last Southend air show, and I was still living. I currently live in Westcliff for another few weeks until I move. I was living in another part of Westcliff, which was near to the seafront. I was in a big house share. What was the name of M&M's? And cheese and Eagles.
No, actually.
Well, that's
Sopwicks.
Out the Sopwick.
Oh,
I'll take in a Sopwick. So, yeah. Go on. So, yeah,
right.
as I was saying, it was strictly speaking, it wasn't a UAP, but what was seen had come courtesy of UAP back engineering, and I don't know if anyone's familiar with what we call the flying triangles.
TR1.
It was TR3.
TR3.
There is a TR1, which is a smaller version.
Yes.
But my housemate at the time described what he saw, and once he described it, it was clear it was a TR3. And I think they actually used the Southend Air Show as a cover, because with so many unfamiliar, or not so unfamiliar, but with a bunch of aircraft flying around that wasn't what you normally see.
What's Southend Air Show?
What Southend Air Show? Yeah.
Can I interject? Because my other friend, who also runs a paranormal group, he actually saw the TR3 hovering above basically right above him, and there was a stream of traffic that saw it as well, and it was the size of about 2 football pitches.
That's what I think you and Heather saw that night when I went to bed.
That went the size of 2 football pitches.
No, but these are the small ones, TR1s. I reckon you
This
see.
is sort of
I reckon you and Heather see
Aeroplane.
TR1s. That's what I
small
reckon you see.
aeroplane sizes.
Yeah. But they were shaped like a.
It was like a moth, like that, and then a little,
Yep.
like that. It was
Okay.
slightly camouflaged with the clouds,
Oh,
almost
it's
like
like
a bit of cloak
cloaking.
technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit like that. But there was no noise, no
No,
sound,
silent.
no, absolutely nothing. If you hadn't seen it, you wouldn't have known it was there.
Yeah.
Silent, absolutely
Well,
silent.
so the TR3B thing was, let's say the Southend Air Show was on that day, so it would have been a great cover for any unusual aircraft, because there was a lot of things flying around Southend that you wouldn't normally see. And I can't remember what I'd done that day, but I got home, had a coffee with my mate, and he was describing what this thing was, and he said the same thing. It was a massive triangle that come over. It was quiet, but it made virtually no noise as it came over.
Good evening from Jeff and Karen.
Hello, Jeff and Karen.
You're right, Chuck.
What happened,
Yeah,
Jeff?
yeah. No, I'm not going to say it. So, yeah, we'd see this thing come over. Now, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the electric technology that's in a TR3B, but
Anti-gravity, apparently.
it's not anti-gravity. It's
Or gravity.
It cancels gravity. It's not
Anti-
anti.
You mean
Anti-polarising?
It's not anti-gravity then?
No, it doesn't have anti-gravity technology as.
Reverse polarisation, I think they call
Yeah,
it.
it
Reverse it.
reduces the effects of gravity. But basically, I don't know how true they are, but the diagrams that we've seen the TR3Bs, I think it's a 3-man crew, and the cockpit is in a big circle. Now, what they're saying is that the circle is a plasma ring with mercury in it,
Yeah.
and it spins at about 18,000
Yeah.
RPM,
Yeah.
and it's that
I remember
that spinning that negates the effects of gravity. So it makes that craft effectively a lot lighter than what a craft of that size should be. And what it also does, it negates the effects of gravity on the crew. So the TR3B, the flying triangle, can perform manoeuvres that a conventional aircraft wouldn't be able to. And I think it's got 3 jets or whatever, some form of propulsion on each side.
I've seen
So
it,
it can turn on its own spin off and do all sorts of
Well,
things.
They
Mercury's
made
also-
a drawing of that. These what do you call them? These long. I call them long range viewing because I've done that. They're psychic, viewers, and they drew this TR3, and they had these engine like they look like round things, three round things. There's the engines inside. The anti-grav, whatever drive it was. I don't know, propulsion.
Well, one subject of aliens, alien technology, which goes back to
Roswell.
years
Well,
ago.
the back engine from
When-
47. but-
When you think about
Nazis.
cathedrals and all that, the cathode and anode of a cathedral and the resonance chambers in there, the top part, the engine of that, which used to produce ether energy, used to be mercury. And what they used to do, mercury used to be contained in a capsule, and what it do, it spin. Because what it done, the ether energy would go through it, and then the actual EMF would bounce off that resonance chamber, thus producing heat and electricity. Which is why a lot of churches have got that very dome, and they've got these certain types of windows. The stained glass only went in the late 1800s.
Yeah.
The rest of it they were used for resonance chambers. So yeah, you're right. Mercury has got a lot of properties when it comes to propulsion and moving things at high speed.
Yeah, but that was, as I say, if when you look it up, if they're to be believed, that's what they say is in the.
Tell Rudy and Karen, crazy frog, yip yip.
Right.
I still got your ringtone, Jeff. Thank you for that.
So if the drawings and the what sits online are to be believed, that is what they are. They've got these plasma rings which negate the effects of gravity. It's not an anti-grav. That's a different thing altogether, but it just negates the effects of gravity on that craft. and its
Falls it, I
occupants.
believe is the right word. It falls the machine thinking there's no gravity.
But that's again, it's something that was back engineered from
That is
alien craft.
That is alien technology.
It is reverse engineered
Yep.
alien technology. They've got about 6,000 patents that haven't even been disclosed
Even
yet.
well, the ones we have got semiconductors, ICs, computer chips. Next one is batteries, LCD screens, and also microwaves. They're all reverse engineered. They are.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about the med beds coming out, but that's also
That's for a
reverse
different
technology.
subject. That one.
That's still space age technology or
Yeah.
alien technology. It's tachyon
With something we don't
But
technology.
That's more plasma than it is actually, because obviously that's made up of plasma. It changes the plasma in your blood to actually repair your DNA and stuff like that. That's the theory behind the med beds. There's nothing more than that. It's not anything. It's technology we've got, but they just won't use it. Why won't they
They
use
don't
it?
use it because the money's made in farming.
One person cured is one customer lost. End of.
Yeah, Big Pharma doesn't like.
Big farmer.
Big Pharma's not keen on people being cured, allegedly for entertainment purposes only.
Which is what this is, entertainment purposes
Entertainment
only.
purposes
That is
only.
our opinion.
That's
It
purely
is
our
not the
opinion.
accepted. It's not the accepted view.
No.
So I just thought I'd get that out there. But
It's I was just say, does the Mandela effect come into this conversation? So this this topic.
Depends if you think that's alien. Because I
Well,
just think that's a timeline
It's
shift.
messing about.
I just think.
It's all alien. It's everything.
Well, I just think the Mandela effect, this is only my opinion, I think the Mandela effect is where timelines are shift, and whatever this realm is, or whatever this world is, it's trying to download, if you like, the information from the previous timeline, and it's getting it wrong.
And how did the timeline shift?
That's
What
what we
caused
don't
it to
know.
shift?
Maybe aliens, we don't know. Maybe a higher power,
they-
maybe God, we
They
don't know.
have proof of it now. The Fruit of the Loom logo.
Yeah,
Someone's got an actual Fruit of the Loom T-shirt with the was it cornucopia thing?
Mm.
And the
used to be a banana and two oranges.
yeah, but they said the company said that they never had the cornucopia logo, but this T-shirt proves it, and the label proves it. Anyway, sorry, and that's what I was, getting at there.
yeah, I was looking at that picture last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The two different pictures of Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah.
But I mean, could the Mandela effect be?
Could that be another way of?
Could that be
shifting
alien influence?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't
To
know.
make people see and look
But if the Mandela effect is real, why do some people remember some things and not others?
Everyone remember the
Like,
80?
if it happened at one time,
Why doesn't everybody remember it?
no, not just that. Some remember things that are different from before that, but they also think things are different from after that point as well. And that's what confuses me.
Well, we're all 80s children. Do you remember the 18?
I didn't watch it.
What colour was the van?
Black. I don't know.
Totally black and red, was it?
Red.
Yeah.
I
But the top
never
half was
watched it.
grey.
But now it's grey. Always used to be black and red.
Why is it black and red?
No.
Now it's black with red stripe, and now it's grey. The roof's grey.
It's love it.
I've got the season 1 and it's black and grey.
Yeah.
But then again, if you look at the 2014 version or
I'm really
2010
confused.
version with Liam Neeson,
You're easy
the
to
whole
confuse,
van is
mate.
black.
It was black and red.
Yeah, it was black
We
and
got the
red.
red stripe, yeah.
Black
but-
with red detail.
But the roof is now grey. But in the, as I said, the remake film with Liam Neeson and Bradley Cooper, the roof's black.
Well, if it's a remake, it's a remake.
Yeah, but the roof's black to match the original series. But the original series is the only one that changed because I remember it growing up. I used to watch it every Saturday, I think it was.
Saturdays.
And every Saturday at 6 o'clock or 6:30, wherever it was a black van
Yeah.
with a red stripe, with a red spoiler as well.
Yeah,
Now it's the
that's
same,
it.
but with a grey roof.
And a scoop, didn't it?
Yeah.
Spoiler. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, is that an alien agenda, or is it, you know, or is it something else? We just don't know.
We'll never know.
No.
We'll just have to keep finding his answers.
People should remember it in the same way. But they don't.
But they don't. Because
So there's like a
it's the same as what's going on now.
Mm.
You know, COVID, some people knew it was shit.
I suppose the most
well,
famous
it's
one.
like from the
Yeah,
old-
no, but I'm talking about memories that people have.
We all grew up at the same time.
Exactly. So if this time shift happened,
Yeah.
we should all remember the same things, but we don't.
Some people are aware of it. I suppose that's why some of us, I suppose, are star seeds, I suppose.
When
We
I
retain that knowledge.
Okay, let's talk about Disney then. One of the biggest ones.
When some-
Mirror, mirror on the wall, or magic mirror on the wall. What was the
Mirror,
word?
mirror.
In the books, it was mirror, mirror on the wall.
In the film, it was mirror, mirror. Now it's magic
I don't
mirror.
remember.
Now it's magic mirror.
But that's this generation.
The last generation, when we were kids,
Generational shift.
from the 60s
Yeah.
film,
Yeah, but,
mirror, mirror on the
but
wall.
it's a
Yeah, but
generational
it's still
shift.
mirror, mirror on the wall in those films. Now they've changed it for these films.
Yeah, it's a generation, different marketing. I don't know. But
They're
I,
not-
I suggest you watch the 1960s or 1950s version. It says now says
My
magic
daughter's
mirror.
got them.
Magic mirror on the wall. Check it out. I've done it with the A Team. I've got
Um,
season 1 of the A Team. I've checked it out and I know what my mind's like. I remember it being a black van. From the opening scenes, it's a grey roof van
Well, we
now.
can all
How they done that, I do not know.
remember things, can't we?
I mean,
Yeah.
there was a scene in the Young Ones where it's the Bambi episode where they're going to University Challenge. Do you remember
Bambi
the
Gascoigne.
university? That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Bambi, you're still the same old Bambi. You've lost a lot of hair now, but still the same old Bambi. No, it was Griff Rhys-Jones played Bambi, or Bambi Gascoigne.
Yes.
And they had, and it was University Challenge. You had Scumbag College, which was Rick, Mike, and Prick, Prick, Mike, Neil, and Viv. And then you had a load of snotty kids on the bottom, which was, let me think, it was Stephen Fry.
Mhm.
Who was his?
Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie, yeah, Stephen Fry, Hugh Laurie, Ben Elton, and Emma Thompson, I think, as
Yeah,
well.
it was Emma
They
Thompson.
played the posh kids. Come on, the posh kids win, they always do. And he's asking the question, and old Hugh Laurie answers, was it Mark the Wally the Hop? Can you give me any more? Certainly, will £50 do? That one.
Yeah.
Right. Well, have you not watched?
No, I didn't watch
It's
it.
on YouTube. You can watch it. It's hilarious. Well, where they're on that mad rush to the train station, Mike stand outside the bar, the glass of wine, trying to look cool until he tips it down himself. He got Vivian that nicks a donut from the kiosk and stuffs it in his mouth, and then does that to the woman.
You're
but-
right, Karen. Same with the crisp packets.
Oh yes, yes.
Golden Wonder.
But Neil goes into one of them passport photo booth things. Right, now I had this memory of him going in there. He's done the photos. He's come out and he's looking at the thing for the photos to come out, and then it goes, "Bleh," and then the photos come out. You know, you hear that sick
I remember you
noise.
talking about that.
Yeah, and I've never ever seen it since, but I remember that.
The only clip I remember about Aid Edmondson was on Bottom, where he stands there and goes, "I'm a packet of chocolate hot nuts."
Yes. Oh, they've
That's
gone
the
camping.
watch bottom,
Yeah. Oh, I've got a packet of chocolate hot
I've
nuts.
got a packet of chocolate hot dogs.
Like that. It's been used in so many memes. That's the only thing I remember about them. Well, apart from Majors, but
But yeah, as I said, that I remember that scene where the machine froze up, and it's not like it's the sickest thing you've ever had in young ones. So why would that not be in there anymore?
They've done sicker things than that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Especially with Neil in the bath.
Yeah.
The bath scene. Oh, that was.
Yeah.
But we do misremember things. I've watched stuff from my childhood and thought, I don't remember it being like that. I remember it being scarier or funnier or whatever.
Well, like The
But
Exorcist.
that's your interpretation as a child, and now
Yeah.
you're an adult.
No, just how
The scariness of it.
no, not just that, but like the order of how it works out. And I just think, oh,
I
maybe
suppose
it's
it's the
not
same
how
as
it's
when we were kids. Everything seemed bigger. And obviously, I've been to places where I ain't been since I was a kid, and they're really tiny places. Like my street that I used to live on is really tiny, but when I was a kid, it was massive. But now, I mean, I looked on Google Earth and I went down a few years ago, and I was like, "That's really tiny, that road. I don't remember being that tiny."
Yeah, but is it more built up now?
No, same as it was. Same amount of houses, trees are still in the same place. Probably a bit bigger, of course, but the brush factory is still opposite the office is there, and the road just seems really thin. Really thin.
So,
I don't remember it being like that. I remember it being wide, but you know.
but anyway, we're going off piece.
So,
But that could be the Mandela effect. We're talking about Mandela
yeah,
effect.
it
which-
could
of
be
an
an
alien
effect
so.
of alien interference. We
And
don't
as
know.
Karen said, the crisp packets as well.
back to the alien topic, but has anyone actually, I know you've had experience with our friends, you know. Do you know what race he was from or anything? I mean,
Yeah.
right, okay, so you've had experience. What about you? Karen?
Just friends of mine that lived up in Lake Bridge. They were asleep one night, and my friend woke up. She was trying to wake her husband up because she was just panicking. Something woke her up to wake her husband up. Then there was a bright light outside, and then there was this big UAP
Yeah.
outside. And it just didn't go away. It was like an egg shape. It was spinning. It had lights on it. There was no noise, smell, turbulence, anything. Again, it was. If you didn't see it, you wouldn't have known it was there.
Was there any time loss?
No,
Right.
it was there for hours. So they called the police. Police turned up. Then Biggins Hill?
Biggin Hill. Yeah.
They rang up. Have you been taking drugs? What medication are you on? Have you been drinking?
But the police saw it, didn't they?
Yeah, the police turned up. There was a superintendent, and then everybody like stepped down.
I mean, they saw the
Yeah,
craft,
they were
yeah.
there, and they didn't want to go home. Once the shift had changed, the shift changed.
What,
Once
would
they
you?
were there.
With that in the
No,
sky?
exactly. So they wanted to stay, and during the time while it was there, it sort of hovered around, more or less right above their house, and then it darted off at the speed of light, kind of thing, and then zipped back. And there's no way any of our known aircraft would be able to do that.
No.
It behaved in a manner that conventional aircraft would not be able to do. Yeah.
Unexplainable. And then it came sort of back again. There were lights on it, like a bit like a Fabergé egg kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's how she described it. But it was there for quite some time. But she always got the impression that they were trying to take her husband, which is why she had to wake up and try and wake him up.
That's why I said, was there any actual time loss? You know, because
No.
usually people get abducted or from whatever, they usually miss about a few hours.
He didn't remember anything of it. It more affected her. Because every time she looks at her kitchen window,
He doesn't remember.
he remembers it being there,
Oh.
but he doesn't remember anything happening to him while he was asleep or anything like that. She just was very severely affected by it by looking out the kitchen window, which is where you'd go, and it was like looking up there where the sink was.
Wow.
For 3 or 4 months after, every time she went
Yep.
to the window, she just thought, are they coming back? Are
So
they
was
coming
it above their house? Yeah.
It was literally sort of just
That's yeah.
probably from like here to the house was where, and then up in the sky.
So maybe they've been there. What I'm trying to say.
I've
maybe
been there
they've
before, but
before,
this time you've seen it.
But this time the woman woke up because usually, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, if you it
Something
was,
woke her up,
Mm.
and then obviously the shining light in the window. And she's like, wake up, David, kind of thing.
I mean, have you ever seen that film Official Denial,
No.
where the husband gets abducted and the woman, you know, she says, you know, what's wrong? What's wrong with him?
Nasty jiggles.
And he's lost time. You know, the time.
I love that.
Good film.
Yeah, no, neither of them lost any time. Just it just mentally affected her for a good few months after, because she thought they were going to come back and take him. That's what she was sort of like waking up, so woke up, so they take him
it's
kind of thing.
How long ago was that?
So Jake's 28 this year. He would have been 4.
25 years ago.
Never seen anything since.
25 years ago.
I've lost touch with them sort of a few years after that, but I'm
So
sure.
basically going back to the millennium then,
Yeah, yeah.
99,
And I'm
2000.
sure it was on the radio. What radio station? I don't know, but a local radio station.
Oh,
Big
They
in
rang
Bill.
her up, and I think one of the papers picked up on it as well. But,
There is
they
there,
rang her up and quizzed her, just or both of them, just to sort of say, you know,
But most stories like that will stay in the local paper.
yeah.
They'll only stay in that community. They won't go
No,
further.
exactly, yeah.
Just like
there is a
Renshire,
theory
Renshire.
though. I'm trying to think who put this theory out there. I remember his name in there. That the US government, probably the British government, probably most governments, have the power to, because they've been back engineering, reverse engineering for such a long time, they've got the capacity to send out these craft that look like alien craft,
Yes,
that will take people,
Yeah.
totally.
I believe that.
do bad things to them, and then we believe aliens are bad. Already from the space force that they want to park in the sky.
Well, they're always a precursor for everything, isn't it? I mean, but like you said, there are people that actually work for these organisations that, like Pascal Najadi, he's joined Space Force. I mean, he's a Swiss banker, and he was telling us about all this crap that's going on now, and they're arresting people, you know, to do that for entertainment purposes only, you know. But and he's coming out with it. He's telling us what's happening. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, but you hear so many stories of this, and it's happened. I mean, are these people getting dealt with, and why is it still around? Why are these people still, you know, around today? So yeah, a lot of it's questionable. But there's certain areas like Area 51, as you know, that house
Yep.
S4 houses alien craft, apparently.
You must have heard of Professor Brian Cox.
Yeah.
Huh, yeah.
I was watching a video of him the other day, and he was talking about the Big Bang, he spoke lots of things, and then he said there is a theory that actually life did not begin on this planet. We came here.
Really alien.
Oh, he actually says that now.
He,
Was
no,
before.
wait, no,
You
he
weren't
said
saying
there's a
that before.
theory, but then he talks about the Big Bang like it's a theory, because it is a theory, so...
But
we're the
like you
aliens
said,
But
this
for
time.
him to say that, I thought, wow, okay,
Yeah, he's changed his tune all of a sudden.
unusual.
Mm.
Which is different. Because I think who's the guy that done Sky at Night? Patrick
Patrick Moore.
Patrick Moore. So I think he was a firm believer in alien life, wasn't
Yes, he was, yeah.
Because he knew, I mean, you had Carl Sagan.
Oh, he's my hero, I
Yeah,
love
Carl Sagan, he's dead now, I mean.
He
Carl
used to call us humans.
Yeah.
And it was in humans. Humans.
I like the way he talked, yeah, he was good.
He was brilliant.
Yeah, real good astronomer, he was.
Mm.
I don't know.
But it's to say, it's funny that Patrick Moore, who who was an accomplished astronomer, he was a believer in alien life, and then you got Brian Cox, who has now changed his tune.
He just wound me
Well,
up.
I don't think.
He just wound me up.
Okay, so Brian Cox isn't saying there's no alien life.
Yeah.
I just don't like Brian
He's
Cox.
saying
I think he's.
that we
False
haven't
flag.
found it yet. But he also does say, if you think about how many billions of stars there are, and each one of those has got at least one planet around it, The idea that there is no other intelligent life form in the entire universe.
It's a bit naive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's arrogant actually.
Yeah, it is. It's even a thing called the science of big numbers, which that in itself suggests that, you know, because the universe is infinite and there's
And it's
infinite
constantly
number of
expanding.
star systems, and it is expanding still, that it would be illogical to say that there wouldn't be any other life in the galaxy.
Exactly.
Or in the universe, whatever. And it's interesting to note as well, because like when we do our astronomy, we're looking at the history of the universe, because the light that we're seeing. Well, I mean, what's the nearest star system?
Mountain Centauri.
And that's 7 light years away.
Just had a message from Jeff. Ask Karen if her sighting was around the 19th of August 2001.
It was summer, yes.
So it would have been August
Well, I don't
2001.
know, but it was definitely summer.
He just
I
asked.
can remember driving back along the 127, and I'd have been inside and it was hot. After that.
Hmm.
It was definitely summer. It could have been. Jake would have been, 4-ish, 5,
Hmm.
5.
I'll let him try it then.
I've tried to look it up, but
Nothing.
nothing.
There's
It was in
nothing
Noble
about-
Bridge.
Right.
Like Bridge Basin.
Yeah. Waverley Road.
How strange is
Is it
that?
Waverley Road? Waverley Road?
I mean, yeah.
That's weird. That it's
Yeah.
not anywhere.
The only
No.
thing I've
Couldn't be a drone because drone wasn't around there.
No,
No.
and she'd seen stuff before. They're from Wales and they moved out, I think, but when in their young years.
Wow,
I
I
know-
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she used to see these red balls,
yeah.
big red light balls.
Yeah.
She saw a couple of them when she was.
That was
I think the one
they're like Foo Fighters, aren't
Crop
It's
circle
like Foo
things,
Fighters.
aren't
they? Yeah, they're the things.
They're the
that-
things
the
that
balls-
create
they're
crop
balls
circles.
that-
Like a round
yeah.
glowing
Yeah,
ball.
yeah.
Create the
That's
crop
what I remember her
circles.
saying. She's seen a couple of those.
Was that Cambridgeshire or was it Snowdonia?
I don't know where it was, but I just remember.
Same
I saw a
was.
programme about it.
Yeah.
And people coming out of their farmhouses in these remote places.
She can just remember driving along and
Oh,
she saw a couple of instances. She saw these red balls. Kind of.
I mean, the only if I can put a claim to seeing something that was difficult to explain. Now, bear in mind, I've lived close to Southend Airport for on and off for decades, really. And I can remember it was early hours one morning, and I could see white lights over because where the bungalow I lived in, it backed onto some fields. And I could remember seeing some low lights, but there was no noise.
Would that not be an aircraft just turning its lights on?
Not at that height. It was they were quite low down, but if it was a farmer, you would have heard a tractor or combine or whatever it
No
was.
machinery or something.
Yeah, there was just no noise. I just see, as I say, there might be an explanation behind it, but I just remember these bright lights at a low level, and it was too low to be a helicopter. You would have heard it if it was a helicopter. A plane wouldn't have been that low. Just, again, you would have heard it, but it wouldn't have been that low. It was, couldn't have been more than 20, 30 metres off the ground.
Well, don't forget.
That's what it
Was it
seemed
moving?
like. It was moving, yeah. It was an odd thing. As I say, there might have been a rational explanation because it was early in the morning. But that's the one thing I can remember seeing that was like, I mean, I think I thought it was a plane, but then I thought back at it and I thought a plane wouldn't be anywhere
Try to
near that
rationalise
low.
it, don't you?
Yeah. A plane wouldn't be anywhere near that low, despite the fact it's near Southend Airport and you can see them come over, you can see the undercarriage and everything. And even wave the pilot at some places. But yeah, this was just weird.
But we have had our Roswell at Rendlesham.
Yeah.
That was a classic one, isn't it?
How does he decontaminate those?
The Wi-Fi also did debunk. I don't know how much he debunked, whether it was all of it or it was most of it. There was quite a lot that was actually debunked from Rendlesham.
Was there?
It was worth going back and watching it. I mean, it's on the Wi-Fi. The Rendlesham and
Goldfish thing.
yeah, Hecklefish.
Oh, you
It's brilliant. Well, I'm listening to it. That's quite a channel plug actually. The Wi-Fi's. I've probably mentioned it loads of times. They've got a podcast as well, and they do some unredacted stuff on there and deep dives. So it's stuff that they can't do on YouTube or they haven't got the time to do on YouTube. But it'll do it on.
Jester
podcast.
sent me a thing about what Karen's saying. UFO sighting. Event date was 19th of August 01. Identified flying object UFO sighting 19th of August 01. One large square grid-like object, grey and orange, very bright, was static and moved north Shoebury-Ness. No, this was Basden, wasn't it?
This was at No Bridge.
No Bridge.
No Bridge.
New Waverley Road. That's where they live.
Unless there's more than one.
That square, this was like, she said like an egg shape.
UK UFO sightings.
Okay.
One in North Shoebury,
Unless there's
2001.
more than one.
But that's square, this wasn't square.
Do you reckon the police would have filed a report on it?
They must have done it. Biggins Hill got involved.
I wonder if that can be accessed.
No idea.
I don't think putting FRI on it.
Yeah, freedom of data information.
Yeah.
actually.
You should be able to put an FRI on.
For you.
When my friends moved to Lincolnshire, like,
That's another place where it's just boring.
oh, I don't know.
Oh,
She was so down to work though. She was
Lincolnshire's got the triangle, isn't it?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Where all the activity happens.
Mm.
Yep. The Lincolnshire Triangle.
A lot of them. She's no, I haven't spoke to her since, so I can't. No, but I definitely remember at the time. I just remember going around there after and mentally she was just like, we were going to take her husband.
I think she would. I mean, anyone would.
She's probably right, they might have already gone.
There was so
Might have took 'em in
down
sleep.
to earth
Who knows?
and so normal. It's definitely wasn't fabricated.
Supposing they'd already taken him and put him back
Yeah, possible.
Yeah.
before she even woke up.
Or they've been before, but this time she was awake.
Yeah. He was still asleep.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And he remembers nothing.
Well, until he woke. She woke
And
up
he
and then
ain't
saw
got-
it.
No, what I'm saying is
No, there was not. He was asleep.
if he was taken previously,
No, he didn't.
You up for beer, Adam?
he's not-
They
Yeah.
would've said. They would've
Yeah,
said.
got about further that left.
That's right.
Interesting.
Yeah, so abduction cases, you know, I mean, you have the animal mutilations as well, didn't you?
Mm.
Richard D. Hall does something about
Is
that.
that with all the
And,
cows with the
Yeah.
Yeah,
eyes
the surgical
out?
incisions.
Yeah. So
Yeah, medically.
Richard D. Hall investigated this, and then he went to someone's house who was ex-military, which I thought a little odd because the guy didn't want to be named, and he wasn't, but you could see where he lived.
I'll move this
And
around a
if he
bit,
was
mate.
ex-military,
There you
surely they'd have finished him off if he's not allowed to talk about it. Anyway, he spoke to him about what happened, and he said he was one of the guys who would go and clear up the mess
There was
after the
there was a unit
aliens.
for
The
that.
carcasses.
Yeah, after the aliens had taken what they wanted.
Mm.
But then this other bloke whose name I can't remember, who said none of this activity is alien activity. It's all
Man,
human
mate.
activity in an attempt to make us fear aliens.
Yeah. Why do you
And
think?
an agenda.
Personally,
Why do you think
And
since?
an agenda to ensure that we get a space force
Why do you
to
think?
protect space.
Why do you think since 1920 every single alien film has been always? Remember
Just
Klaatu,
just
the day the Earth
films
stood
about
still.
Yeah,
ghosts
that
and
was
stuff.
different though. The Klaatu Verate Nicto.
Mm.
I always remember.
Sweet.
I always remember that phrase because Evil Dead,
Yes.
Army of Darkness, where he has to go and retrieve the Book of the Dead.
Yeah, and he has
And he has to say the
exact
words,
words,
he
and
got
he gets
them
it wrong.
But it was
Klaatu
H.G. Wells.
Verate Dead.
It was H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds.
Mm.
It was all meant to cause pain. Aliens, one of the
But
biggest
the-
franchises.
The
So
the
it's all
day the Earth
all
stood still was
great.
was just had a different narrative about it
Mm.
because it was basically saying if you don't to humanity, if you don't buck your ideas up,
This is what's going
This is
yeah,
what's gonna
so
happen.
that had a different narrative,
Mm.
which you
Every
know
so
could
often,
really
like the
resonate.
Abyss.
Mm.
And,
That was a great
okay.
film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
They
positive.
like the
I love
better,
the
like
Abyss.
E.T.
Yeah.
But most are all about invasion,
And,
alien.
Aliens.
Independence Day,
Apparently, the
Close
real,
to
Starship Troopers.
apparently
Yeah.
the real one was based on Close Encounters. That was actual. That was
The
an
Close
actual,
Encounter was based on a real
a
event,
real event.
and that was a positive thing as well.
Yeah.
And
So that's 4 films out of a possible 1,000 that we found that's positive towards aliens.
what about
Probably
Starman?
more, but
Yeah.
Was it Star?
Starman.
Yeah, or Man Who Fell to Earth.
David Bowie.
Yeah,
What
Well,
about
you've even got Superman, haven't you, really?
yeah, Kryptonian.
So-
yeah, that's more superhero stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
It's an alien.
That kind of.
but they're not aliens. They're
From another
human-formed
planet.
aliens.
Yeah.
They want everyone to believe that they're like insectoids or xenomorphs and that sort of thing. They want people to think they're little grey men. I mean, look what they've done. I mean, apart from Paul
Mine's
being
little
funny,
blue man, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's not that little.
And I've been overshadowed by insectoids. Well, a mantis kind of alien being who was very highly intelligent. God, I mean, you know, and I just took on his persona basically. That's weird.
but if you look at Men in Black, like you're saying, with insecticides, when they're fighting that big bug at the end, right in the first one, it's all to scare people because they're trying to tell you there's intergalactic planetary bloody departure lounges where they come in and out and go to different realms and all that. But they're all here to do one thing: screw you over and kill you.
I don't believe that, though.
No, they're not. But that's what the agenda is.
I
The
don't think you're
agenda
allowed
is
to interfere either.
no, they're not.
They're not.
We're just being watched.
The
Well,
only
not-
one,
not directly.
the only one that
Not
I,
directly.
the only
Not really.
law that I believe in, anything space or alien, was Gene Roddenberry and his Star Trek, because it was like, you know, to seek out new civilizations, new lands, and boldly go where no man has gone before. But their rules for Starfleet were not to intervene in other planets'
Well,
problems.
When I was speaking to them, in my, you know, when I was linking to them and speaking to them, the Galactic Council, there was a race, you know, several races that were in this
Council
council.
of 7. Is it Council of 7?
It is or is it the Council of Five? I can't
No,
remember.
it's the Galactic Federation.
Yeah, but it's a council,
Galactic
isn't it?
Federation.
Was it 12 or 16 of them?
No,
I don't know how many there is. This is what they told me. They said they can't. They really feel really, you know, really passionate about what's happening on the planet. It shouldn't be happening. They cannot interfere directly. Cannot do it. They're not allowed to do it. And they told us.
Did you
that-
say? Sorry, Rudy. Come on. Sorry.
They told us that
No, no.
of what the events what we recently had. They told us about that. They said there's going to be a, you know, a virus that's going to wipe
For entertainment purposes only.
for entertainment. That's going to do for entertainment purposes only. Miss Karen saying, put it so, Ranger, and other things that were going to happen, but it doesn't stop them from nudging us in certain directions.
No, that's right.
Yeah, and you've got that right.
And there we go.
Well done.
Pardon
Thank
you.
you.
Controls
Rudy.
over there.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't know if you want to spin the camera around, just show where the control is.
Right,
For
the
this.
control is over there on that black thing sitting. I mean, I'll get my finger in there
So that
somewhere.
means a yes.
I can-
You can show 'em.
Yeah. Right. This is the remote for our fart machine, which is up there. As you can see, we are all.
The remote's
over
there, and the fart machine is
there.
just up
Do you think he was
there.
sort of expressing his approval?
Agreement.
Yeah, agreement.
Right, what Jeff sent me is. Did you say Burgess Hill?
No Bridge.
Right, there was one in Basildon,
Basildon, no
Basildon,
Bridge.
Essex,
Yep.
and it was on. Where was it? When was it? One sec. 10th of September 11:05, and
Yeah.
that was 5 to 6 orbiting around one. They were changing shape, grey in colour.
No, this was one. This was just one.
And they had one here, which was in Burgess Hill, because I thought you said Burgess Hill.
A big insult.
Oh, Biggins Hill, sorry.
Right,
I went
Biggins
on.
Hill called them just to question them regarding just talking about it and then saying, are you on any medications? Have you been drinking? Yada yada yada.
And the
that kind of
police.
thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, there's people there that aren't doing that.
Yeah,
Why?
there's
Like,
police there that are
But
witnessing.
yeah,
it.
we're on
Yeah.
drugs, but we've managed to
But they-
convince the police.
But
The
they
nearest
reported it,
one-
yes, but they reported it. I don't know. I,
12th of September,
I can
12th of September 00, Ilford, 23:30 hours in Ilford,
It was
right?
in the middle of the night. She was
Basildon.
woken up.
Basildon.
Essex, no, I know that, but it says 9 oblong shaped red lights, then 2 red lights converge into one over witnesses' houses, then move faster than any aircraft.
Maybe that was a.
One big one.
That was like maybe that was a mothership, and what you see was one of the
Off cover.
was a smaller ship.
Mm.
Because we know that's the Tic Tac.
Yeah.
Oh, that go in the ocean. That
Yeah.
one.
That's actually man-made.
Yeah. Shaky tic tac.
Yeah. The Tic Tac is actually built on the Earth. It's a man-made craft. Just has alien technology in it, but it is like a mothership. Smaller craft will come and go from it. It's
Is that the one
can't.
that the Air Force saw? American Air Force.
Well, the one from the
Yeah.
F-16
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, that's
and they were
yeah,
looking down at it.
Yeah,
That was
And
on-
then it went into the ocean.
yeah, yeah.
And then but the pilot was, I don't know, very highly decorated and been in service for like 25
Mm.
years.
And it was med screened as soon as he got down. Yeah.
So
Because they would have been.
Something like 30 years ago, they could not talk about those things because
No, they weren't allowed to.
But this is only like 10 years ago. That guy.
That was right, yeah.
It's not that long ago.
Not that long.
no,
Yeah.
so like the last 10, 15 years now, they're
Opened up.
they've been allowed to come forward.
They'll only declassify from a certain amount of time back. won't they?
Yeah, that,
But Area
yeah.
51, though, all of that they weren't allowed, but now it's coming out, isn't it? All that.
yeah, because it's sealed for so
Bizarre.
many years. It's they're not allowed to disclose anything for 50 years or whatever, you know, whatever time.
There's Bob Lazar that used to work there. 'Cause I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
I
Bob
was-
Lazar, yeah, I remember Bob Lazar.
And he
That's
got
the guy who was
absolute-
talking about
Yeah,
how the American government and the British government
Wiped him
can
off
make
he was just here.
these
Craft.
reverse engineering, make these
Mm.
craft that
Study the
people
reverse-
believe
Yeah.
Well,
no aliens.
well,
There's two choices, isn't there?
No, but they said to it at the time, he was working there and he was like 20, 21 or whatever. And he went in there and what he saw and then he was telling people about it. And they said, if you don't keep quiet, you know, you'll, whatever, they threatened him some way, shape or form. And then he said, if you don't shut up, we'll make you disappear. So they wiped him off social security, that he didn't appear
Yes.
anywhere.
Yeah.
They literally, it's almost like he didn't.
Non-existent.
Yeah, I
And
remember-
he was alive,
yeah.
obviously.
Mm.
But he went public to sort of say,
Was to protect himself, really.
yes, exactly that. And now he's got,
Yeah.
he's done quite a few podcasts with Joe Rogan as well.
Yeah, but
And
he's
He's the one
always
who does C5.
that's Stephen Greer.
Greer.
Stephen Greer.
Oh no, it might be Greer instead.
It's Stephen Greer. Yeah.
Yeah, Stephen Greer's
He's
like
coming out a lot
gone into,
now.
you know, he's
Jeremy
Delve
as
more
well.
much into it.
Jeremy someone, Jeremy that's friends with Bob Lazar. It's not Jeremy Corbyn, but I want to say Jeremy.
yeah.
Jeremy.
Good evening, Jason.
Hello,
The
Jason.
Zimbabwe UAP case is one worth watching.
What's that?
The Zimbabwe UAP
From
case is one worth watching.
All right.
Is that where the aliens turned up by a school? They were waving to them.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It was
Yeah, I
one in
did see
Wales
some-
as well.
And the one in Wales, the people that were talking to the children were trying to influence what they'd seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that
Where
one?
they saw these very tall guys that were quite silvery,
Mm.
and then someone went, someone did some investigative journalism, and the local shop said, because there was like, was it like a nuclear power station, some plant near there, and all the workers in there used to wear silver,
Overalls, yeah, like
Yeah.
jumpsuits, don't they?
and they said that's what the person was wearing. This person, whoever this alien was, he was like as tall as a house.
Mm.
So it looked like his trousers had gone with his shoes.
Oh, they
didn't
did, yeah.
But they were trying to convince us that
Well, there's two choices here, right?
it was like someone in a costume.
If you look at it, right, number one, it's an agenda by some body that wants to fool humans in thinking there's aliens. Or you can go by the other narrative, which is basically one that I personally believe, is Roswell happened, they crash landed, they
Yeah,
gave
of
them
course.
technology, we want this, you want that, it was a trade.
Mm.
They don't want to tell us what, let's just say, some very large official corporation didn't want to tell us, right?
Yeah.
So they've hid it for years with the pretense of the alien, or an alien saying to them, you have to take them out at some point. We're giving you 50 years.
Yeah, there was
So
stipulation.
all that's happened since 2000, since 1957, 1959, whatever it was well,
47.
47.
47.
So it would be now. So it would be kind of from 97 onwards, and most sightings have happened 98 onwards, right?
It
So
was loads before that.
I think it's more likely that one government didn't want to tell other governments.
The
You know,
American
Americans won't want to tell the Russians won't want to tell the British,
Well,
the British won't want to tell the Chinese.
At the
I'd
time-
rather
Whatever.
believe,
at the time,
It's
it
more,
was- yeah.
because if you look at Kennedy,
Mm.
President Kennedy wanted to share what information they had
I shut him up.
about alien technology, about how they were going to
Yeah.
get to the moon, whatever.
Yeah.
And he said, if we pool our resources, like, what can you do for humankind? Not what we can do for you, what you can do for humankind. And or whatever the word it was that he used. And then he was assassinated.
But it's
Yeah.
power, isn't it, per country? It's like
Exactly.
whichever
Knowledge is
country-
power.
So you're
Yeah.
saying that the second one I
Yeah.
said is more
Right,
believable
right.
because I do as well, and I believe the sightings are now ramped up because they gave them from what I remember, I'll have to find the book name out, and it was an old book I read years ago, and it said it gave them the aliens gave the big corporations, I won't mention, you just called it, but anyway, governments. They've told them, for entertainment purposes only, they've told them that we're giving you 50 years to tell your people, or we're going to tell them, and that would take it up from 47. That take up to 97. So 98, everything's been going on for the past 30, 40 years.
It's stuff before that.
Yeah, loads
But
of stuff.
a lot, but you think of 97, people weren't doing their cameras and phones,
Yeah, there was still alien
right?
sightings.
But now people are documenting it, which is why it's coming out more. So I believe that they're actually, if it is man-made,
What
then
was that one with the kids? I don't know what country it was.
In
It was
Wales.
one with school kids. No,
Yeah,
not-
Zimbabwe.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
this is
They were all
Zimbabwe
out in the
one.
playground
Yeah,
and they
that's
waited.
it. Yeah. And
I
that's
think that-
documented.
Yeah.
I think they're coming out to tell us and show us their support, and they want us to believe in them. So, but then again, if you believe in the agenda, going back to the films again, every film, sorry, high majority of films is for you to believe that aliens are going to kill you.
Can't be made.
Like
Yeah.
War of the Worlds, Signs with Mel Gibson,
Yeah, yeah.
and what's his name, Whacking, what was his name?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Whacking Fingers, that's it. So they're all there to make you feel like they're going to eat you and probe you and fingers up the backside and all that to scare the shit out of you.
What was it?
Jeremy
Corbell.
Corbell.
Corbell, that was it. I was
He's
thinking
in with a lot
Corbell.
with the American government, I think. Well, not in with them, but just
Part of the
the investigations. or
Oh,
whatever.
Jason, some of the
And then
people,
George Knapp.
some of the people who have been abducted by the Greys say their psychic abilities have got stronger. I've heard that as well.
yeah, they've had implants, I suppose, and you know, sort of.
But
made them a bit
probing? No, I don't believe in the
No.
probing. I don't believe they were testing us.
Um,
Thank you very much.
all right.
Acknowledgement.
Right. Just to do that.
They
I'm very
see,
sorry.
we confirmed. Thank you very much,
It's the
Spirit.
enchilada I had for breakfast. Um, Bob Lazar,
Yes.
just go back to him quickly. He's always been very consistent.
Yeah. He never
Yeah.
He doesn't waver from what
Exactly
he
that.
is.
Yeah.
And he's also passed numerous lie detector tests.
Was it he who was trying to get them to declassify their documents?
Yeah.
Or was that
Probably
Greer?
Stephen Greer. I would say it's Stephen
I
Greer.
won't get muddled up like
But yeah, and the other thing Bob Lazar spoke, apart from the K2's going off as well.
Yeah, I can see
I
it. Yeah,
can
wow,
see the
yes.
reflection.
That's probably
Um,
fine to be fair.
Bob
Yeah,
Lazar.
Oh, Rudy's got his phone out, so that'd be that. Yeah.
Let me turn.
Ah, right, okay, we debunk that then.
Yeah, turn the phone off.
No,
The K2's going off.
Unless
Hang on
you
a minute.
have you
Hang on
logged
a
on to Wi-Fi?
I'm on Wi-Fi.
Are you on? If you're on the Wi-Fi, they won't go off. Bob Lazar also spoke about the element 115, which-
The one that we
that's what
can't-
I said.
yeah,
That's it,
which is decades before it was
Put
actually
on the
discovered.
periodic table,
Yeah, because we was actually able to create it for a nanosecond.
Hmm.
But I think it's with the Hadron Collider.
Is that
But
one
they
that allows
proved that
space,
it
space
exists.
travel?
Yeah, that's the element that the
Warp
the
drive
aliens-
capabilities and all that sort of stuff.
the aliens used to create what we suppose we call warp drive, but it's not an element that doesn't exist
Which
on
alien?
Earth. I
The
think
ones
that,
that were in everything.
I think these were I think they're the Zeta Reticuli that ended up in Roswell, but it's abundant in their star system or their planet, whatever. But we don't have it.
No.
That's still coming off, I think.
Hang on a
Yeah,
minute,
it's-
mate. Let me get
And
some-
George
We'll
Knapp's
debunk
another
it for
one.
now until he puts his phone away.
But element 115 is not something that occurs on Earth, but it is on their planet. It's abundant, and it's that element, and it defies thermodynamics because
Yes.
it's 100% efficient. There's no wastage. The element, when you use the element, it's
So-
all used.
What do you make out of this Elon Musk with his moon lander landing on Mars now, or Mars lander, and he's got his little robot out patrolling Mars? You seen the footage of it?
I haven't seen.
Kind of
it
looks like the Arizona desert, but that's just my opinion. I'm not
Um,
debunking it. I'm just saying it does look exactly like the Arizona
Well, we
desert.
do know that when NASA let them put their aircraft. Well, it's not just NASA, is it? Because other independent.
Yeah, are
builders-
they all in on it? How do you
Have
keep
put-
something like this a secret? Like,
You know, lunar rovers and whatever on Mars,
mm,
but NASA have coloured the bloody photos to make
Yeah,
it look red. And it
Gave it a
isn't.
sepia ready to.
Yeah.
The one thing is, right, they can all agree on the Antarctica Treaty. Every single country and continent can agree on
every
that.
country's agreed on that, but okay.
well, Russia's pulled out of it, but
No, but not everyone agreed to it.
but the majority of the big ones have all agreed on it. Big firepower, big war engines, all the bloody war machines have all agreed on it. You tell me they couldn't agree on like faking space? Just saying. Could they?
No,
Could they?
because it was a race.
Was it a race or
And
was
that's
it?
it. So I personally, I have questions about the trip to the moon, but that's perhaps,
So do I. I mean,
that's perhaps for another time. But
it's the aluminium foil.
But it was a space race, wasn't it? So no country is going to share their information with another country.
No, because again, that's.
And if it was, for entertainment purposes only, the moon landing was a fake, America aren't ever going to say.
Of course, no one's going to say
It was the big. I mean, for that to have been faked. And so there's two.
For entertainment purposes only.
There
by
is
the way.
two channels which go into a lot of detail. And it's very. If it was, well, as I say, the genuine, the what the information they gave out is very, very convincing that they did happen, and it's both Curious Joyd. It's an excellent channel to check out about, and he said like the intricacies into everything from the cameras and to the different bits of technology that went into the cameras to make them work on the moon.
Which the technology they lost.
Well,
they said they lost all the technology.
Hasselblad haven't, but to go to them, the tech to go to the moon is lost, but that's a never straight answer.
I struggle to believe they could get to the moon on technology that was like a Nokia 3.1.
Right, again,
It was
each
before that.
computer, although it's horrendously basic on that on the lunar module, they only had one job to do, and if they failed, they were very easy to reboot.
Okay.
So again, watch the Curious Joy stuff on it because it honestly, if
I've
it's
got to say,
faked,
for me, jury's still out. I don't believe it,
but
I don't disbelieve it, and I do also have an issue with the Van Allen.
We'll answer that one in a minute, DB.
again, that's covered with. Curious Joy will cover that. The Wi-Fi's again covered the moon landings, and I'm in full agreement with AJ in that we did go. We went there, but the lies aren't around where the fact that they went there in the first place is what they found.
But why haven't we gone back?
Why haven't we?
Well, they did.
Well,
We have gone back a few times.
Well, you know what my opinion
Not
is?
for many, many decades.
Have you ever
The
watched the
technology,
film?
why the technology is further forward now, so then why are we not?
It's
They've
not-
been
it's
there.
not
There's nothing
divided.
there worth seeing.
But you
Yeah,
know what my
sorry.
opinion is?
Have you ever?
But we
Sorry,
had the money
sorry,
back
mate.
then.
But you know what the opinion is?
Just
They
wait
did
for
go
us to
there,
be.
but as Adam says, it's what they saw. They didn't want to.
You just
And
said
they,
they
and,
didn't go
no,
there.
listen to me. They went there on covert without anyone knowing. They've been there, but obviously, if it's a construct, is what people say it is, they found out it was a construct,
Yeah.
and they were told to
That's-
f off.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch
Moon base, it's called.
Yeah.
Have you
Why?
ever watched the film?
Apollo
Moon-
17 or something,
No,
or the spiders are in the
Moonfall.
helmet.
Moonfall, that's the one.
Have
Yes.
you ever seen the film Moonfall?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
one about the
that's
construction
right.
of the moon.
There's a construct.
Yes,
Right.
inside.
Inside.
And we've been
That's
there
what I'm saying.
before.
Right.
So they had gone there, but the second one was done in a Hollywood basement. The second one was filmed. It was filmed as an animation.
That also could be a possibility that the first one was real, but the subsequent landings
Because they ain't going to tell you.
were staged. There could be all manner of things. I'm personally convinced we went there, but what
But
we
not in
found
the
up
public
there,
eye.
we wasn't being told to, and they've lied and they've put out. I think probably NASA and CIA have done it themselves. Put out these notions that we didn't. Did we go there? Didn't we? I think it could have been done themselves for us to argue amongst themselves whether we did or not.
The other thing that I find,
That is, yeah, for definitely.
the other thing I find odd for entertainment purposes, Tony, is if you're an astronaut and you were doing the first thing that's ever been done,
Probably wetting yourself, wasn't it?
you wouldn't come back and spend the rest of your life being so absolutely melancholy all the time.
You're talking about Buzz Aldrin and Neil
Which is
Armstrong.
generally
Perhaps-
yeah.
They done something that no man's ever done, and they're
I
sitting
agree.
every single
That was
press
really
conference.
awful.
They're sitting there with their head down like that. It's like I'd be shouting, going, "Dude, I've been to the moon, mate."
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
I don't-
look
I
at
don't
me,
really
look,
know.
bloody big
I don't-
bollocks. I've been to the moon.
Again,
But
was
then I have no
it when they
desire to go
come
to
back?
space, so-
Was it the fact that when they come back and got debriefed and said, "You cannot talk about anything that you've seen up there. Here's your story."
But then why
And-
did they go? For officially, why did they then?
Well, the official thing was to win the space race.
I don't think that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin actually went there. I think they were the actors used to actually make it look like
But
they went there. I think it was
funny
military that went up there. When they found what they found, it was a construct. They come back and went, we're
Funnily
going to
enough-
have to make something up about this.
But
Funnily-
military are not astronauts. You can't just go because you're a soldier. We can put you in space.
No.
You have to
You
have,
have to have
training,
very
you have to
specific
be
qualities.
specifically trained to be an
And-
astronaut.
Talking
Buzz
of,
Aldrin and Neil
talking
Armstrong wasn't.
of, but talking to Neil Armstrong, do you know what he did before?
Yes, they do, Jason.
Do you know what he did before they did the Apollo? He was an X-15 test pilot. So if you're going to be in something that freaking
It's got some
dodgy.
Yeah.
is you're gonna have, if you've got the cojones to get in a rocket, sit at the edge of space in something that if you do one thing microsecondly wrong, it's gonna you're done for. That's your chips. So he's already gone and done that, and then he's strapped himself to a rocket to the moon. So he's going to be calm about it.
Jason has asked, do aliens have a soul? Yes, they do, because most of us here, if not all of us, have got a spirit guide that's an alien or extraterrestrial, as we've mostly found out this year.
Yeah. I mean, you've got.
My alien's not dead.
No,
No.
but he can actually use his, what they call it, telekinesis to talk to you.
His essence.
He or she is not dead. He's a multi-dimensional light being. From what I can make out from how he looks, and having looked it up online, I would say he's some sort of Arcturian. But what's fascinating tonight is talking about all this alien technology and reverse engineering, because I can't even describe this or explain this. It's very simple terms. They don't. From what he's showing, they don't get into a spacecraft and then turn it on. And they think it and they're there.
mind
It's
control.
the
But that's
connections.
like what Lazar was saying. There's
Yeah.
no instruments. You
No.
just get in there and it's mind technology.
Yeah, the connections with
Yeah.
the mind.
Same as in the film,
What Lazar
The
said.
Adam Project. You ever seen that film?
Yeah, it's really
No.
Where he's actually controlling the ship.
It's all smooth.
But apart from
Yeah, no, but
the
it's
main
not-
rudder,
not
but all the
necessarily
engine
even in the
speed
ship.
and stuff is controlled
They
by his
just
brain.
think and they're there.
Oh,
They may not even be.
teletransportation
They
kind
may
of
not
thing.
even be Arcturian. This is the closest image I found online is Arcturian. But there's something
Yeah.
weird about this one's mouth. But it's like they can travel in groups, but they're not inside a craft. They are.
Mentally, they're
They all.
transport themselves.
Yeah. So they all know where they're going. They think it and they're there. It's like astral travel.
That's
Yeah.
what, yeah.
But they take their whole complete body with them.
It's thought. It's
Time
thought.
travel.
It's thought, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not
Effectively.
travelling like we know it. That's what I'm trying. That's what I
Yeah.
can't.
They
explain.
literally project themselves. It's like
They think and then they're.
yeah,
But
they
they're
project
physically
themselves
there.
without the aid of
Yeah.
any
It's just-
They
technology.
manifest themselves there.
Yeah, whether I don't know. But
What is this? Is this the fifth?
This Arcturian man.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's Arcturian. That's the closest thing I can find online of illustrations. But
Did you ever
as I've
draw
said,
it?
there's something weird. No, I can't draw. Something weird going on in his mouth, and he has the wrong number of fingers for a traditional
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah,
Arcturian.
you said that last time.
And because sometimes he holds my hand and puts his thumb in my palms and shows me things.
Yeah.
Now
well,
I sound batshit crazy.
no.
Well, we know that.
For
so-
entertainment purposes
You should-
only, I
Depends
have a
what he's-
big blue man.
Depends what he's
You
showing
should
you.
never think that because you're putting up blocks in your mental.
No, I'm
mind.
joking. I don't think that.
But you should open your mind to it.
Yeah.
I mean, he told you when I was
Yeah,
speaking.
and he's spoken through me a few times, but it's just
But you didn't believe it. at
I
the
didn't
time.
believe it. I was just, you know,
You needed confirmation.
I am a skeptic at the end. I know it's bizarre because mediums aren't normally meant to be
Well, it's
skeptics,
strange,
but I am.
bit strange being a
You need
medium.
proof.
then.
You need
So I will always look for a logical explanation before I go down the, oh, this is something
I
spooky.
don't think that's a bad thing, though, is it?
No.
No, maybe not. So
because you
for a long
thought, right.
time, he kept showing up and I kept pretending he wasn't there because I thought it was my imagination.
Yeah,
If
I
it was my imagination and I don't want him, he'd have gone, wouldn't he?
I had this at home,
Should have
right?
like a bad penny.
I had this at home.
Yeah.
I had this alien chap standing in the doorway for entertainment purposes only.
Was he dancing?
And I used to look at him, I used to think, what the hell are you doing here? You know, and I used to think, oh, better lay off the old JVs, you know.
Yeah, I would.
And then I look back and I could feel his my mind sort of, you know, going into my head. I'm thinking, get off, you know. And I look back, and he's still there. He's sort of looking at me. And I used to walk out in the kitchen, and he'd still be there. I walk through him. He's like, you know, and I'm thinking, what do you want? You know, but he was just inquisitive.
But it's not like a spacecraft showing up outside your house or an alien standing in your garden. It's not. He's there, but he's not there.
Yeah, it was there, but it wasn't there.
It's like
Not there in a
That's it.
physical
It was like a mental.
Yeah, so
like
when I
mental
see
projection.
spirit, when I do a reading, I will see them. Sometimes I'll
Mm.
come looking at you, but it's not like that with him,
Mm.
her, it. Well, I'm
What
going to call
it?
him a him
Then
because I
they.
just feel like he's him.
I feel like it was a male, but then again, you could be both.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I got that impression when he was here before. It was.
Well, he's not wearing clothes, and I haven't
Felt-
actually noticed it.
Well, I was wearing clothes.
Thank God for that. Would have been banned that night.
Went to take the purposes.
He is,
Yeah.
but he's got like little marks on him and blobs that are just a different shade of blue.
I did remember his voice was so. It was like I was like, you know, he's so calm and
Serene.
He is
Serene.
very calm, yeah.
his mind was just.
Tranquil.
I'm
But
thinking-
he makes me think of water. Whenever he's about, I always think of water. But
It was funny how the electrics went off.
Mm.
Couldn't get any.
well, water and electricity don't go.
He couldn't get. He couldn't get any connection while this chap was
Oh,
here.
yeah,
Well,
but that's,
well, it was
that's the
sending
weird
that.
way that they
Yeah.
travel. It's
I mean, it was
Yeah.
when he came through.
In a-
It was
in a
it was sending my tablet haywire.
well, he's obviously not here tonight. I actually don't
I,
care.
I was hoping you'd record it because you know, often when I'm in the trance.
Yeah, but you've done it loads of times, so.
Yeah, only a few times with these guys, but it's so weird with. I mean, with another human, you know, you think, oh, okay, but with these entities, these alien people, you think you even end up trying to talk in their like the insectoid. I was hissing. I was hissing a lot, you know, and I was thinking, oh, I don't like this. You
I'm
know,
surprised you remember.
I do remember it.
Mm.
Because I wasn't the only one there. There was what's his name? I can't remember her name. She was there. Peter was there, and
She was there.
they all saw it, and they all, you know, we was all interacting. It's like, and one of the beings they said, don't tell him, don't tell him too much. And I'm thinking, well, we want to know. That's what we're doing, because we were lifted out of that room. We were lifted into a higher kind of, you know, the whole room looked like it was lifted into another space, another plane. You know, a different dimension as such, but frequency. That's what I'm trying to get at, higher frequency.
We'll get onto those questions in a minute, Jeff, because obviously DB's asked a question which is off topic, so we'll get onto them in a minute.
Anyway,
Yeah.
there you go.
Well, DB has asked a question about 20 minutes ago, and I've
Yeah.
been trying to fit it into the context. He said, what's your take on these YouTube channels where people claim to be contacted by the dead? I stumbled across a channel last night where this lady was claiming she was contacted with Nicola Bewley. If you're talking, DB, if you're talking about these... Nicola Bewley.
Who's that?
If
She was murdered, I
If
think.
you're talking about these spirit box things that people make all the lights on it and all that, I've got my dodgy opinion on that, but I don't know. I'll leave it to the others to discuss
They're
because
all right for I suppose an
Gimmicky
entertainment
boxes.
tool. You know, like the spirit talking boxes. I mean, I don't personally. I think it's. I wouldn't even go there because it's random. You know, it could say anything, and it could say stuff that relates to what you're doing at the time.
But is he talking about spirit box? I thought he was just
no,
saying
saying
spirit getting
that
in
they've been
touch.
contacted by.
Yeah, there's a guy
Yeah.
that does it who he said he's had Jesus come through.
There's a few guys that
Freddie
do it with these
Mercury.
boxes. They make it Freddie Mercury,
Yeah.
Michael Jackson,
That's it.
James, not James. What's his name? The famous Malcolm X bloke. What's his the black activist. What's his name?
Oh, what, Martin Luther King?
That's it. Sorry, he's come through. You've had people that have been murdered come through, and it's like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
They can research all that online.
Yes, they can.
I think, in my experience, I can only speak from my experience, spirits don't just come and start talking to me. Like, they don't want to encroach, they don't want to interfere, they don't involve themselves in our lives unless we give them permission to do so.
I've had
But
that.
also, I've got to ask why Freddie Mercury would want to come through to some random person.
Yeah, exactly. And why did Michael Jackson come through?
Because maybe he really is dead.
Whoa.
Oh,
To another?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I have a I've got a very specific
I know
opinion about
you're sceptic.
working with.
I
No,
know
no,
you're
no, not about
sceptic.
scepticism.
It's good.
I just have a very
It's good.
specific, my experience of mine, I suppose. But I've never really bought into the, oh, they hit me away,
Yeah.
oh, they're following me around here, or they turn up in the bathroom. I'm in the shower and they suddenly appear. They just don't do that.
Or your kitchen.
Would they want to? Yeah, but that will be because you're allowing it then.
Yes,
But what I'm talking about, the
But
people
I
who
would-
go, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night, it was down the end of my bed, he wouldn't shut up, and then it will tell him to go away then.
Because you told me about my uncle, he said he wouldn't leave you alone.
But he didn't encroach.
Right.
I don't sleep well, so when I woke up, I was aware of an energy, but he didn't say anything to me. I just went back to sleep, and in the morning, I was like, oh, you still here then? And he was, and that's when we spoke. Well, I say spoke. But no, I've never, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So,
yeah, I've
um,
never,
We'll start with when, you know, because we've got to go back to Wakering Stairs, but memory. Now we're going a little bit off topic a bit, but
One last thing Jeff asked, which is why I brought that DB in first, because he was first before Jeff. Jeff asked, how do you contact your spirit guides?
you can do meditations.
Yeah, it's all to do with a meditative state that you really should be in. You should clear everything else out of your mind. You know, any everyday traumas or whatever worries. You've really got to get into that state of serene, blanking your mind. You know, and really, that's what you got to do. Meditate.
Thank you, DB.
Meditate.
Is he talking about his main guide? Like the one who's with, yeah, you should just be able to ask him to work with you, and they should, but.
Going back to DB quickly, sorry. He's put, just for clarity, I didn't mean the spirit box ones, just a lady claiming to have a medium psychic powers that was contacted by Nicola Bewley.
oh right.
You know what?
No idea. You can't really diss other people, I suppose.
No, I
but,
mean, I suppose you should, if you could tune into that, when not like, you know, I know we all laughed at me because I was pissed as a fart, but
what,
you know,
you?
about the,
Black and white TVs. Black and white portable.
Yeah, black and white
Not
portable.
not the daffodil.
The daffodils,
daffodils,
yeah. At the
the
crossroads
portable.
with the black and white
Yeah.
portable, yeah.
I missed that. I
but
missed this. You
I
have to
wasn't
read
sure
that.
Oh, you were there, weren't you?
Yeah, I was dressed as a Viking.
He was dressed as a Viking.
I was absolutely.
He was absolutely on the mead and the old
I was on the
O'Donnell's.
maid, I was on
Jeff came as a
McDonald's.
monk, and I was a emo.
And I was an alien.
Was it your birthdays?
One
Yes.
of them I
Yeah.
didn't come
And a
to,
fancy
so
dress.
One of them I didn't come to. 'Cause I wasn't
No, it's
sure.
mine. You didn't come to my birthday.
Yeah.
You missed it.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
fine.
Really.
There was video evidence, but I don't know if it's been destroyed.
No, it hasn't. No.
I've still got it.
The daffodils.
There you go.
Well, apparently,
That's-
he was
no,
walking
that's
down this
right.
road with daffodils everywhere, which is supposed to be daffodils,
That's
but they're
right.
daffodils. There was a signpost with a black and white TV, which is supposed to be a black
No, no.
portal,
What it
but it's a
was?
black
Portal,
portal.
it's a
Black
portable.
portable.
What it was? Another.
What were you drinking first of all?
Everything.
Right. Now,
mead and
it's
stuff.
right. I was pissed when I was talking about it, but I was stone cold sober when it happened.
Right.
He was
okay.
so
I was
earnest.
trying- I was
oh
trying
my
to
god,
explain
he was
it.
so earnest trying to
Where?
explain
Set
it.
the scene. Where was
Right.
it?
So
in the
there's.
kitchen.
In the kitchen down there.
Right. So.
No, when he saw the star.
Oh,
Right.
right, sorry.
So there's another channel that I do. I've done the odd bits and pieces with over
What do you want?
the Essex Boys,
Thank you.
Yes.
and one of the guys on that channel contacted me about the murder of that Brianna, you know, the transgender
Yes.
girl
yes,
up in Liverpool.
Nice.
I remember.
Yeah,
No.
And he's one of his admin was going down that path, and he was just filming, and like the other guy was just telling me what he felt. He said he felt a bit creeped out. Well, I was watching the video of his admin walking down there, and I said, I don't know what it is, but I'm picturing why the hell I'm being presented with daffodils in my head. I don't know. But I said I'm seeing daffodils.
Wales.
You got
No, it's just Liverpool.
Yeah, I got
Liverpool, right, okay.
So anyway, when he got to the spot where Brianna was murdered, there was a signpost. There was a signpost with two. One, I don't know, saying go this way for
Wherever.
for brutal and this way for you know and for whatever it said. But on that signpost there was daffodils. So you know, why was I being presented with that from someone I've had no interaction with? And
Somebody's
as
giving you that
yeah.
information, aren't they?
which must have been Brianna. No one else could have done. And when they got to that site, I said, it's like I'm seeing where the murder happened. It's like
Reenaction of it.
yeah, it's like I'm seeing there's a black portal there.
Hmm.
It's like there's this black portal there. I said, that's what I'm seeing. I said, I can't explain it, but as I say, it was getting that being presented with the daffodils from, a spirit I've had no interaction with and not tried to open up that interaction. But I was just being presented with it.
They've come to you
Yeah.
to
And
give you that information.
yeah, and that's what I was going to go on to say. And we're going to get back on top of it in a sec, but we're going back over to Woken Stairs Sunday. The girl that Rudy picked up and I confirmed.
What, when you went last time?
Yeah, and I confirmed what Rudy was picking up because I picked up her voice on the recording. And she just popped up out of nowhere, didn't she, a week or two ago? But it was like,
It was like a reminder. Don't forget me.
Yeah, and that's the thing. She has been on my mind, but she just popped up to say, just a random spirit just come up. So, yeah, I don't know how to explain it.
I've still got that now image in my head
Yeah.
now. But anyway, back on topic.
Oh, aliens. Yeah.
Anyway, so back to aliens.
Enough of daffodils and black pork.
Yeah.
Even though I've got one thing to say, it was amazing how drunk you were, right? And this is always sticking in my mind. You were so drunk, you were swaying everywhere, and suddenly you mentioned that, and you went into YouTube mode, and you were just YouTubing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Just brilliant to see. And that's my make on it. So, back to topic, please.
Yes, right.
I did film it, but like I said, I'm not going to show it.
I said at the time because it was a very sensitive
Because
subject.
you was wearing your horns and that.
Yeah, I'm sitting there in fancy dress talking about a very horrific event that's
And
just
you asked us
happened.
to take you
But you
seriously.
were so earnest.
But he's asked us to take
Even
seriously
though you
dressed
were
like that.
slurring
I know.
and mispronouncing, you were like, yeah, but no, but it was portable. Like you
A
really
black
meant
portable. What?
But he's
And
a diamond
daffodils.
gazer. He's such a laugh, and he took it really well because we were sitting there.
it. You're talking about him like he's dead. He was such a
I was dead to the
like,
well.
blinding
I was dead to the well when I got
He
home.
was dead to being actually
He was
normal that
absolutely
night.
dead to the bloody world.
You
yeah.
were
You were on another
proper off your trolley.
Oh, no.
Trolley.
Well, I rarely get chance to do that. But anyway,
Marvin, mate.
getting back on
Back
topic,
onto the
back
subject of
back
aliens,
onto
please.
aliens.
We're good at sticking
did,
on topic, aren't we?
Yeah.
Has anyone seen the Phil Schneider video interview about when because he was a construction worker working on the guns, and he broke through a certain section as he was drilling into a grey, the greys. He confronted them.
Drilling into the grey. What do you mean?
A tunnel into where the area had been
The
closed,
guns, you
and
know
he
the
drilled
guns?
through.
Didn't
Oh,
understand
sorry.
them two bases.
Okay, yeah.
And he
He wasn't
accidentally
drilling in the
broke
greys.
into a section that was run by the greys, and there was a firefight. You know, he shot one of them, and then there was a gun battle where 60 odd special forces got massacred by the greys.
Where was this?
Dulce, Battle of Dulce, it's called. It's on YouTube. It's online, so you can. Phil Schneider's got the evidence. He had the photos and where he was working, and he got his fingers shot off because the greys went like that, and the beam shot out, took his fingers off and opened him up. And there was one special
They're
forces
friendly,
guy,
aren't they?
Owned him up like a tin of beans, apparently.
just firefight with these aliens, these greys.
Mind you, I'd be a bit peeved if someone drilled a hole into my cave.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what your woman cave?
I beg your pardon, really? Keep it clean, we are,
Sorry.
for entertainment purposes only,
Hey,
please.
right, it's a
So
delayed
man
beep
cave is
over there.
okay, but we can't have the phrase woman.
No, you can have a man cave. but
I
you
think
can't
what
have
he
a
meant
woman
was, how would you like if someone drilled a hole into your wall?
cave. Yeah,
I think that's what he meant, not your lady cave.
I didn't mean that cave.
It's right, let's just stop.
Filter, gone.
Otherwise, we'll chuck the shovels out and you go and get the JCB.
Would you like a rope?
Never as a man had a more befitting name.
Hang on a minute. Would you like a rope? Would you like a ladder with that hole in that JCB?
Well, I'm not drilling. That's
No,
for sure.
we don't want him climbing out.
No.
And so, because
That's classic Rudy, that is. That was
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
you can only get that from me, mate.
Yeah.
No,
Right, so
Back to topic.
Yeah. So there were 60 forces that got shot by these greys.
Special forces got killed in the battle. We took a couple of greys out, but
What do you tell their wives? I'm sorry, your husband was killed in a battle with an alien.
A grey alien with big eyes.
well, they're special forces. They're not allowed to.
No, they wouldn't.
Has
say.
someone
Change it
just
anyway.
lit a...
Yeah.
Yes, it's called sandalwood.
I know, I like that smell.
It's one of my favourite ones,
I
sandalwood.
love
I like
smells.
that. I like
I
that.
just thought maybe I was imagining it.
No.
But they're all under NDAs. They'd be all under NDAs anyway, wouldn't they?
So I mean, what's your take there? Do you believe it? Would you have
Sandalwood.
you seen anything like
Lovely
that?
smell.
What,
I mean, yeah, if you've like travelled and stuff, have you seen anything on your travels?
I've had stuff in my mind shown to me. Yeah, I mean, you know, I know there's a war out there. It's a human alien war.
Neil Hyde's back. Hello, Ghost Squad.
Hello, Neil.
Where's Slimmer? What's that? Hello, Ghost Squad. Where's Slimmer? Who are you going to call?
Where's Slimer?
Slimer. Sorry, Slimer. I do apologise. I didn't.
Ghostbusters!
But anyway,
Slimer, yeah,
it's
Slimer.
a galactic war, so we're involved in that. So
It's actually one in Slimer, but that's what Slimmer.
Putting them up on the spelling now.
Sorry,
Yeah.
no, my finger. Look at the state of my glasses. I can hardly see anything because I keep touching them and I don't think.
So,
Sorry about that, Neil. Hello, Neil, by the way. But sorry about that. I got fingerprints all over my
oh,
glasses.
what
I
was
can't
you
read
saying?
properly.
Sorry, what was you saying?
Neil Hyde said, "Hello, Ghost Squad. Where's Slimer? Who are you going to call?"
What?
where's Slimer? Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. You know Slimer for Ghostbusters?
Ah, he's slimy.
I don't really.
No.
Yeah, I watched it, but
It's an entertainment film.
tongue in cheek.
It's
Oh,
for
very
entertainment.
tongue-in-cheek.
It's for
Entertainment
entertainment.
purposes only. Yeah.
It was meant to be a comedy. You know?
Yeah. Do you know the character Slimer was based on Belushi, John Belushi?
Yes. I did actually know that. Actually. Yes.
So that's something for you people to check
Watch
out.
that.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, look up, John Belushi.
It's all right.
But Neil, tonight we're talking about aliens, please. No ghost
stuff.
stuff.
Aliens tonight.
Oh, yeah,
So what in your view are the friendly species towards humanity?
There's the Arcturians, the
Yeah.
Andromedans, you've got the Lyrans, you've got the Pleiadians, you've got the. There's so many of them. There's even good reptilians. They look like the raptors are. Some of the reptilians are helping us with technology and that. But you've also got the really, really nasty ones, the warlike reptilians, because they're bred for that. That's what they're bred for, and they're good
Great
at
for
it.
combat.
And you've got secret super soldiers that. What was it? Oh, what's his name? There was an interview with one of them who's got these exosuits. They're really real.
Yes.
And they go off planet on these massive ships, and
They can't breathe oxygen apparently, so they can breathe CO2, but they can't breathe oxygen. That's why he's wearing that exosuit. I've seen the one you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, and they're all
Really good
weaponed
footage.
up,
Those.
like you see in these, like these science fiction where they've got these lasers and these, these things. They're all weaponed up, and they do frequently do combat missions, and that's what it's about. Do you ever see was it Jupiter Rising? Is it? Or
Jupiter ascending.
Jupiter Ascending. Do you ever watch that?
I've seen that.
What?
I've seen that. That's one with there's a prince who's trying to marry an Earth.
That
girl.
Earth woman, she didn't even know nothing about it.
No,
did she?
that's it. Yeah. I've seen
And
it.
what's his name's in it? What's that actor? Oh. Anyway, but yeah, he's in it, and I'd watch it if I was you. It's about commerce, but with alien commerce, and they're all scattered all over the planetary systems, and that's what it's about.
But we're kind of cattle to them.
Yeah.
If you think about that film Alien versus Predator, or was it Requiem, the one where they come down and they literally, it was set back in medieval times where they had a pyramid and it was found, and what happened was the aliens were put on this planet and the predators would hunt them on this planet.
Yeah.
So that kind of because we've got the Amazon rainforest, we've got loads of deserts, so it's plenty of tribal ground for them to hunt on.
Yeah.
Right, Jeff's just put in 1665, 6 fishermen in the Barents Sea near Stralsund saw UFOs in an aerial battle.
Yeah.
Wasn't that recording the painting?
Hmm.
Because
There's
we,
loads of paintings.
yeah.
Not
Isn't
paintings
there?
with them.
And then Neil
Yeah,
Hyde put
crazy.
Beam Me Up, Adam.
Last Supper?
Give me 3 weeks and that'll be a
I don't know.
possibility.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would personally.
He's not going to space, he's just going on a boat.
Yeah, the boat I'm going on is called the Enterprise.
Yes.
All these.
Maybe you'll get an alien visitor when you're sitting out there in the dark all on your own.
Yeah.
Well, my dad's and Rod said I'd see stuff. So,
I'm surprised nothing happens down Wakefield Steps. It just seems like the perfect
yeah,
place.
it would be, yeah, just got to spend more time out there.
That is the perfect place.
it is.
You know, I
It's
think that. I know this is weird. Well, that's where this alien guy turned up. I was doing a meditation in a circle.
Mm.
And you know, you walk along the path, and the sea's there and the river's there.
Mm.
And there's an old building. Before you get to all the buildings, there's an old building by the
Yeah.
river there. I don't know why I was sitting there. It's a bit of concrete in amongst the mud.
Mm.
I was sitting on that. Big spacecraft came down, even though they said they were a spacecraft. It was all like mirror-like. And then he was there next to me. And that's why I thought I made it up and thought, no, it's rubbish. And he keeps saying that ever since then.
He was looking for someone
But that was
spiritual.
a Wakefield Step in my
But
meditation.
He was looking for someone spiritual and obviously found you.
Is there no way to manifest him like through like now, as if to to say something, or can you do that?
Summon him in such a
Summon
way.
him. Yeah, you got a lamp,
Yeah.
I'll rub a lamp and you might pop out.
Jenny,
and-
Jenny.
See if the electrics.
That's a
actually
metaphor
go
with a lamp. We don't go there.
Mm.
It's a metaphor. The Aladdin's lamp, rubbing the lamp is a metaphor.
For,
on. You know,
I'll tell you after.
See if the electrics actually go off when it
Mm.
comes through. See if it was him that was doing that.
he's not here for our entertainment.
No.
No,
He's not here for entertainment
He's
purposes.
not here
Spirits.
at all.
Spirits are for life, not just for
he
entertainment.
was here because you doubted it.
He's not here at all. No.
Why
I
did he
know.
come through last time?
When?
Why?
Well, last time last
No,
time he came
when
through,
you-
I was in the cabinet.
Oh.
So,
Wasn't there a time here that then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Come
so
through me.
what was he trying to, the message he
What
was
were
I
you-
was just saying I've got to believe in him and stop doubting myself.
Well,
Did you just say you was in the cabinet?
No, believe that he is.
Yeah, it's a cabinet in a
He is,
church.
I'm not imagining him.
They hide. They what? Go inside a
So
cabinet?
he was trying to confirm something.
Careful.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's the
no,
theory
no,
behind
no.
that?
Saying
Sorry, I wasn't mocking. I was just saying you said you was in a cabinet, and I'm like, what's the theory behind the cabinet?
Glory was doubting
So
it.
cabinet is a large box.
Yeah. Is it like a confession box, but with
And
only
you
one
say
sided?
Hmm?
Is it a confession box without the middle partition? You just go in on your
like
own.
a cabinet. It looks like a cabinet.
Right. Yeah.
And you're sitting there, pull the curtain across, and you just sit there and invite in whoever. Open yourself up spirit. When you pull the curtain back, quite often people see changes to your face where the ectoplasm will. So you might grow a moustache. Or your
Right.
cheekbones
Right.
will
Right. I know.
stick
Yeah.
out, or you'll have a crown.
So basically, it's an invite box,
It
basically,
sounds really
to
weird.
bring things in. Yeah.
That's
Makes
how it
sense
works.
now.
And that was when he was speaking.
I thought you fluffed up there because you said when I was in the cabinet, and I was like, what? And
Well,
I,
yeah,
didn't
not
understand,
government.
I didn't understand what you
I
meant by
didn't even
yeah.
invite him in.
No.
He just came in. That's what.
Yeah, but he was here because he's my guide. So
Yeah,
he-
and you was being like extra sceptical about stuff, and that's when he
Yeah, but he-
decided.
what
Then
was
why
that?
did he speak to you and not Gloria?
I don't know.
I
I
know.
mean, technically, he didn't speak to Rudy. He channeled through Rudy.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And I was speaking his voice.
That was the night, Adam,
Then
where
I
that
thought they were
fart
just
machine was going off
particularly-
constantly.
that's
wasn't it?
right.
To be honest, if he hadn't started talking, I think I would have done. So
Right,
I'm very glad
so-
he did.
Yeah. So basically, tell you what happened. Yeah, but Gloria was in a kind of extra doubtful position.
Yeah. She was
And
wondering
their
whether-
Arcturian guy channeled through Rudy to tell Gloria to believe in herself.
Mm.
He then turned to me and said, I'm very intuitive. But whilst this was going on, that fart machine was constantly going off. My camera feed kept cutting.
That's when we were down there and we couldn't hear you.
You couldn't-
That's
Yes.
right,
Wouldn't-
yeah.
he wouldn't- he
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
want
That
to-
wasn't the fart machine, it was that. We didn't have
Oh, was
a
it the
fart machine
K2?
then.
Oh, well, yeah, but something.
But the fart machine kept going off.
It wasn't, you didn't have it then.
Did.
No, you didn't. I got a fart machine after that. It was a K2, it was going off.
It was-
Well,
And
whatever,
everything
yeah.
stopped working.
Yeah. And you'd gone to check all your Wi-Fi.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I wanted to
out-
check it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
it was the Wi-Fi that you thought was dropping out. But
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was fine.
But the Wi-Fi was
But
showing
it came back.
stable, and there was no error logs on it.
Yeah.
It only stopped every time we spoke about him. Like
That's
he
right.
didn't want anyone
Yeah.
to know.
And if you remember right, I had my other
It
tablet
got
down here. My tablet was connected fine with it, no problems.
right.
But my phone, which I was using for the messages before I set the computer up,
Yeah.
and your tablet wouldn't connect to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it was
The two
very,
things that we're monitoring
they were very,
The other
very
tablet
specific.
was connected fine.
He
Very
didn't want
specific.
anyone to record what he was going to say.
Yeah.
Basically, it's for it's a private message for Gloria and for you using me.
And I'll
Well,
tell
we
you
shouldn't
what
talk about
else.
it if it's private.
I mean,
It's too many years.
the only other thing I can.
Sorry, do you
I
want
mean,
me to
the one thing I can say is, I felt my crown. It was like a sort of prickly sensation over my crown
Yeah.
when that was happening. Or I felt it come in first because I think you said you're right, and when we first come in that night, I had a weird sensation. It was I couldn't.
I remember you said you
Yeah.
felt something was odd in here.
Yeah, I could not
I knew who it
explain it.
was.
Yeah,
I didn't want to say anything.
I just went quiet. I just went, alright.
I just felt really weird,
That was
and
it.
my crown was just like all sort of tingly, spiky sort
Yeah,
of thing,
it was just
almost like
unfamiliar.
electrical. But once it was, once it cleared up, I was like, great, yeah, bring it on again.
How did you know it wasn't me?
No, because I never get that experience of you.
If you're,
Oh,
Yeah.
if you're gonna, I'll move it over, alright?
Okay. So yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, very, very unique experience. I put.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. I've never done it outside of the circle, never, and it just.
They surprise you though. They surprise you when you least expect it.
It took me by very much.
Just shows you what they can do.
I didn't even have any protection there, and it just, oof, that was it. I was like, and that was it. It's worried me a bit because I'm thinking, well, if he can do that,
Yeah, what else?
What else?
and I've got fairly strong
But
protection.
if you think about it like that, Rudy, then you're going to be, as you said to Gloria, you're going to create
You're going to
negative
manifest.
thoughts. So just think about it that he actually got on your wavelength for an important message for Gloria because you were close to him, close to Gloria.
He didn't not. It's
Maybe subconsciously
You
you
must
did.
have subconsciously invited him in.
I think that's what happened because when he was saying about it,
I was
I
sitting
think
here
he said
thinking.
to me. I think he said
I was
to
sitting
me.
here thinking, I'm not going to speak. You're not going to say anything through me. I'm not doing it. I'm
Yeah,
not doing it.
And I think he said. I thought he
I
said
will
something
speak,
like.
yeah.
So he was
I
like,
will
okay,
do it.
then I'll try Rudy.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
I'll try him then.
He's had a few
Yeah.
JDs. Let's try Rudy. Yeah.
Well, you
Because
need
he
to
spoke-
hear it.
He has spoken
Yeah,
through
you
me
need to
before.
hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, you're going to hear it.
yeah.
'cause you
You're
need
going to hear it whether you like it or
But
not.
then I used to think perhaps I was making it up. But I could never say the things that he's capable of saying. He's very eloquent when he speaks at length.
He's very
He
quiet. He's very.
speaks
He
very
was-
eloquently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The way
he's very-
Rudy spoke was very eloquent.
Yeah, and
Rudy's
it's
so very soft.
Very soft in-
Rudy's face completely changed.
Yeah.
And
And his
the
mannerisms as well.
way, as I say, it was the eloquence that was very unruly.
See you later, Jeff and Karen.
See you, Jeff, Karen.
Bye.
Bye.
Sit there, Chuck.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, Rudy was very eloquent, and the way he was talking, it was like it was of a knowing,
Yeah.
It was speaking of a knowing sort of thing. But
The thing that I noticed is Rudy's nuances changed when he was doing that. For those
I've
4.5
still
minutes, his nuances, your facial expressions, everything about you,
Yeah.
your mannerisms changed. All your little quirks where you do that and all that.
You did a
that
lot
that
of
went.
this.
That went. Your hand movement, you never do that
I
with
know
your hands.
why. Yeah, I've never seen
you've
you
not
guys
done
do
it
that.
before or since.
I wouldn't do that.
I've never
Exactly,
seen-
but when
I've
on
never
that night
seen
when
Alan
it come
the
through,
alien
you was
do
doing
that.
all this.
I'm not
You was
done.
expressing yourself with hand emotions. You don't do
Hand
that.
emotion.
It's hand emotions. It is.
Yeah.
It's the actual
Gestures, yeah.
Gestures, yeah. Hand emotions.
Well, I suppose he had a body, and that was it. And he thought,
And then he thought, "Christ, the alcohol content in there, I'm off."
I'm off.
Yeah.
See you
I'm
later.
gonna
How
get
many
pickled.
JDs has he had?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get pickled if I stay here any longer.
I bet he walked out with.
So, glorious
Little
guy.
bubbles.
Oh,
He
yeah.
only got pickled if he stayed
That's right.
here any longer.
Rudy,
But I do get the feeling of the sea with him. Not the sea, water, something aqua.
would that be associated with his blue skin? Or the blueness of
No.
it?
I get the
So-
impression as well. He's like amphibian.
Little watery.
You're
I
safe.
When you
don't
mention
think he's got anything here.
when you
No.
mention about his skin type, now you're saying was there a sort
And
of
his
like?
skin doesn't feel amphibious when he.
Do you ever see X-Men with a
Just
Nightcrawler?
that he feels very dry.
No,
You ever
Yeah.
see X-Men with a
He's
Nightcrawler
here.
where he's got the symbolism
I've
all
got
on?
no idea what that is.
Right, is a blue.
Right, let me have a look. What?
It's called the Nightcrawler, and he's X-Men. Right, it's basically he's a German transporter.
German.
It's just follow.
It's
Oh,
got
I know you mean.
And he's got all the symbolism on his skin. He's described all. Yeah.
He's dark, and
Yeah.
he sort of just materialised.
Was he an X-Man, did you say?
X-Men. Yeah.
There's
He's
that woman as well, isn't it? She's all blue.
Mystique. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mistake. Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's
No.
he's got all symbolisms on his body. And that when you said he's got weird, I know he's
He's got these weird
He looks
tattoo
like
things.
yeah,
Wolverine.
he's very very religious, very godly.
all I can think of
The blue. What's the blue lady out of whatever film it is?
Mystique
mistake.
Is it like her?
or Raven, whatever her name.
No, that's Raven.
Is that an X-Men as well?
Yeah, Raven, but she after the second one she called herself Mystique because Magneto decided that
No.
Raven
She
is
looks
too
too
boring.
human. That one. No. Skin's a bit similar, but not around the face. It's just
Oh,
on his
No, not his
body.
face, just his skin.
I can't look.
No, it's not you, then.
No, I've got airplane mode. That's right. Hello.
But I'm online, so maybe it's mine.
No, you're too far from it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking. So images of Arcturians. See, that's too perfect for him. But that's the sort of colour he is.
Can I have a
A
look?
bit grayer than that.
But they're only going by the Arcturians. They're only doing it by one
it's a
person.
So yeah, exactly. So if this is an Arcturian, that's not actually what they look like. If
Yeah.
he's a typical
That's an
one.
artist's impression, but
There's some, but
that's what he most
So
closely
he's an
resembles.
Arcturian.
there's some weird stuff going on with his mouth, and he's it just is not
Is it what? So is his mouth? Is it elongated or
no,
is
it's
it like
busy.
ours?
He's got a busy mouth. There's something going on here.
The lips are all
I know.
frilly.
I can't quite
Teeth.
tell what it is.
Frilly lips.
The thing
What,
that
like an ood at a
What-
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
when I found out that
What do you
like,
know?
That's not
when I found out I'm Arcturian,
Frilly lips. Yeah.
really lit.
Gloria, when I found out I was Arcturian, and I found out from my spirit, one of my spirit guides is Arcturian. The image I got when you said it was busy on the mouth, a lot going on in his mouth, it felt like there was a lot of teeth.
No.
No, this is like 2 layers of teeth, but he had a very big mouth, but he was humanoid in looking, but he was a light pale blue. That's how I look. I envisioned him.
You know, turkey got the
Turkey goblins.
No, you know.
The
like
bit
Wattles.
underneath a turkey,
the
flapping.
Wattles.
Yeah. Is it like that round his mouth?
Yeah.
A little bit. But he's not your typical big-headed.
So is he human?
He
head
has got a
size?
big. No, his head's bigger than ours.
T-fell head.
Yeah, but
Teeth.
take humanity.
Got big forehead.
T-fell.
But take humanity.
Got big forehead.
But we,
I know
but
what
take
you mean.
humanity. We don't all look the same, but we've all got the same
No, we
type
don't
of
all look the
features.
same, but most
We've got the
people
same
don't
type
have
of
busy
features,
mouths.
but he might. I don't know.
Bulbous head.
I don't know, but I do feel more true. Maybe he's not Arcturian.
Do you know what
Maybe he's something else.
keeps going through my head? What Bruce Lee said. Be like water.
T-fell head.
It's fluid.
Bruce-
Neil Hyde.
yeah.
What's E.T short for? Extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
Because he's got little legs.
Yeah.
Oh, what's E.T short for?
Yeah.
He's got
He's
little
got little
legs.
legs.
Yeah. Thanks, Neil.
Oh, okay.
I remember that joke. I haven't cracked it for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe he follows
he's
you on
not
Facebook.
Arcturian.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a race we don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe he's a hybrid.
Why didn't you ask him? You're the one that's contacted.
Maybe he's a
I
hybrid.
will. Next time he pops in, I'll say to him, "Can you just tell me that?"
Yeah, just say where
Are-
you're
are
from.
you-
Question.
Sit down.
Sit down. I've got some
He'll
questions.
He'll
there.
go. Give me your hand.
Give
Look
me a
at
check.
that. He's only got 3 fingers. Or 4. I can't remember. He's got the wrong number of digits for an Arcturian.
That'd be more like a.
Well, you want to ask him if he's a hybrid.
The way birds' claws go.
No,
Yeah.
some of them have
Oh,
got
no, no, no.
three fingers, haven't
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's more like that. You said there's more three.
Like that, isn't it? Like a
No,
Vulcan,
like
but
a
with
bird.
then one finger, and then a
they?
thumb.
Like that.
Or maybe 3 fingers. I don't know. Like that.
Yeah,
And a
It's
thumb.
more like a
Yeah.
bird.
I don't know how many fingers Arcturian. I'm gonna have it. How many fingers does an Arcturian have? But then again, it's just artistic.
But this is only
Yeah, but that's
artistic
just-
impression, so
yeah,
we
that-
can't
Mm.
say what they really are because no one's actually seen them
No.
unless what they've been manifested in their mind or what's been shown to them. No one's actually seen an Arcturian up front and close with their own human eyes.
Up close and personal. No.
No, but what we only get manifested in our minds via
To be fair, he is
pineal gland.
sort of colour, but bluey that colour. He's not the beautiful blue that you've got in Avatar.
Avatar, no.
It's not like that.
It's one of my favourite.
Yeah. something
Mm.
like
I like it because of the lore of it, but
Who like that? Turquoise.
No, I think that's
Petrol.
When I found out about mine,
Somebody trying to sell me packets from Dulux.
yeah, she's got the royal blue, she's got the navy blue, she's got the marble blue.
Was it like eggshell?
Right, he doesn't look as friendly as he is.
Yeah.
Doesn't
So if I
Do you mean
if
it
I
doesn't?
didn't feel him before I saw him,
you'd be scared.
yeah, there'd be a lot of stuff in my pants. So it's strange. It's hard to explain. He's not. You know, I've got to say, having looked for all these artists'
not
impressions of aliens, the ones that we're meant to like have pleasant faces, and the ones that we're not meant to like are a bit bad looking.
What
He's
But
like a
you
bad
can't
looking
judge-
one.
Why-
No, but that's
You
what
can't
we're
judge
being
them by
shown.
what they
Why
look
can't
like.
we have a bad looking good alien?
You can.
We got you.
For entertainment purposes
It's
only.
only-
For entertainment purposes
I
only,
asked
Mr.
for
Cave
that.
Hunter over there.
I can't.
I wouldn't
I
have expected
cannot.
that from this skeptic over here.
I'm not skeptic.
Septic. then.
Septic.
No,
Septic peg.
yeah, it's strange. I don't. Perhaps he's not Arcturian. It's just that's the closest.
I
Maybe
get
he is Arcturian and you just don't. Obviously, what
I
he's
get-
shown
See,
you is what he wants you to
could be
see.
ugly like that.
But it's very
Different
intentional.
colour.
I get the feeling it's almost hybrid.
Right?
Possibly.
Can
Well,
emerge
like
with
you
something
But then
like
this says Anunnaki. I don't want that.
No, don't want one of them in here.
Well, it depends which one it is.
on it.
No, not all Anunnaki are bad.
Unless, of course, they're actually
Oh, no.
ugly.
Because yeah, some of the Anunnaki, I think, are on the Galactic Council.
Did you know that Heather's Anunnaki? Her spirit guide's Anunnaki.
Anarchy.
Anunnaki. We've done it on the pendulum and we've done it on the dowsing rods.
We
Her
get a lot of
Spirit guide's
there's
Anunnaki. She's
different
of
races in
Anunnaki
the
blood.
Galactic Council. I don't know how many.
But
there
so from what I've seen of the Galactic Council,
Can I have a drink, Karen?
there is some there is some Anunnaki on the Galactic Council.
are. Yeah, I
I think
guess
you get another glass now, I think.
Because I mean, who are the main two, Enlil and Enki, and one of them didn't like the human race, and the other, I think it was Enlil.
Enlil and Enki.
Yeah,
Talk about.
one of them
There you go.
was
3/4
protective
glass.
over the human race, and one wasn't.
If you want some lemonade or something, that, Jim?
Enlil and Enki. But they were one of them. I don't know what's going on there. Brothers, weren't they?
Yeah.
Apparently, that's what the old story is. I don't know enough about it. I know they control the human race for quite some time.
Many centuries.
And they're a very aggressive kind of race as well. So the reptilians, some of them.
Well, we're basically we've got some rare aggression because
We've got a lot of their
We've
DNA.
taken-
in us.
yeah.
I'd like to think that they all had a sense of humour like Paul.
But that's not.
Yeah.
I would love them to all have a sense of humour like Paul because they'd be brilliant.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
Did he have eyes like that?
they were bigger, I think.
Like the
But
like
they are
the
typical
almond
alien
shape,
eyes.
like-
Yeah, almond
like
shape.
some almond shape. Like
Almond?
like
But
grapes.
he looks. I see, that's a bit.
I reckon you should draw it.
That's
You
a
know?
bit like him.
You should draw
But
it.
he's got a busy amount.
Busy? I don't. What do you mean busy?
I see that.
How busy is it?
Right, is his chin in the way?
Maybe he's like wrinkly and there's things in it, or just. I don't know.
He's eating with his mouth full.
Was he eating at the time?
Has he got a mouthful of M&Ms?
Right, okay, if you look at a typical
Small
Australian,
geezers. It's got a mouthful of
you've
small
got really
geezers.
guys and they're like. And he doesn't look like that. He doesn't look like a happy, jolly, friendly Arcturian guy from next door. He looks like. I feel nice, and you can feel how nice I am.
Yes, you
but I
have,
could
Neil. You
probably
missed
whip
quite a
his
few.
throat
We had
out.
some stories about
That's what he
alien
was
encounters we had. Neil just put, have I missed
doesn't
any
frighten
alien
me.
encounters stories tonight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sort of, sort of.
Okay, so we retract. So what were our alien encounters again?
My friends in Oakbridge with the UFO, UAP, years ago, I think 2000, what did we sort of work it out?
2000, yes.
2000,
That's September, yeah.
Yeah, in the summer.
August, September.
Yeah, that came and hovered for hours. Police turned up, Biggins Hill rang. Friend thought her husband was being taken. He was asleep. She woke up. Bright lights outside, and it moved with an unexplainable speed. There was no smell. There was no turbulence. no fumes, vapours, anything. It was just visual. If you'd had your eyes shut, you wouldn't have known it was there.
Mm.
That one.
My one was I'm driving a train with one of my trainees about 6:30 in the morning, and we see this black object just going across the sky, and we both looked away, looked up, and we just both see it go double speed, like just bang, like walk drive straight across the sky. That's my only encounter I've seen.
Where's that? When was that?
That was round about Pitsy, Langdon Way, and that was about, how long was I with Chris? That must have been about 4 years ago.
4.
4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
Chris.
Chris Gill, my trainee that I was with when I was driving the train.
Oh,
When I was a train
I'm
driver.
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So the two encounters I can touch on. One wasn't me personally, but it was 2013, and it was the last time we had an air show in Southend, and it was my housemate that actually saw it. But it wasn't an alien craft because it was a flying triangle. It was an TR-3B, which is a man-made craft with back-engineered alien technology, and he'd seen this thing fly over. And the Southend Air Show would have been a perfect cover for any unusual aerial activity, because we've got a lot of stuff flying around that wouldn't normally be in Southend's airspace. So that was when he explained what he'd seen to me. I was immediately able to say, well, what you described is a TR-3B flying triangle. It's a man-made craft with back-engineered alien technology. It doesn't have anti-gravity. It has technology in it that negates the effects of gravity. So it makes a craft that may be 20 tons in weight. With this technology, it will probably bring it down to half a ton. And what that gravity technology does as well, the crew sits in the middle of the plasma ring that creates this gravity or gravity negating effect. The three crew members sit in the middle of it, and it negates the effect of G forces on the crew. So that craft can then perform manoeuvres that a conventional aircraft would not be able to do. But that is what he described. He said it was a massive triangle and it just shot off. That was his encounter. The one maybe encounter I had was, I will still question it to this day, but I can remember it was early morning, it was dark, maybe getting slightly light, and I used to live near Southend Airport, so I'm used to seeing craft come and go, conventional aircraft come and go, but the place that I was living in, the back garden kind of backed onto a field, and I can remember seeing these low level lights over the field. It was, at the time I thought it was a plane, but then when I looked back and thought, no, that was way too low for an aircraft to be. And if it was a helicopter, you'd have heard it. Even a plane you would have heard, but there was no noise. Even if it was farm equipment, you would have heard it. So that was my experience. As I say, I still question it now, but it was a very odd thing. It's just that's the best I can say. But regarding like interactions with aliens, we've all got what we believe are star seeds, in that we have alien stuff in us, and we've got alien guides.
Alien souls.
Yeah. With myself, I'm very Palladian. Chloe has what we think is, he's still looking through an Arcturian.
I don't think I'm a starseed. I don't. I just think I'm a human.
Yeah.
Who's got a tag along alien, to be fair.
Yeah. And Rudy as well. He's got numerous.
Lyrian, wasn't it?
Lyran's. I felt that was one of them. But
I don't really know. I mean, all I know is I've conversed with these beings, and I've recently picked up and had Gloria's friend come through and tell her a few things. So I'm really here. and spoke to Adam.
Mm.
And that was it, really.
Yeah, that was on a live thing when we done Ask a Medium. My tablet kept getting interfered with. The Wi-Fi connection was fine. There's actually no problems there. Paul checked for any error codes or anything like that. It was fine. The connection was constant. Whatever it was directly affecting my tablet and Paul's phone.
But my other tablet that was sitting here
Mm.
was directly connected.
Yeah.
And I went on to, clicked on something and it loaded up
Yeah.
on the internet. Nothing on my tablet. It was only your tablet and my phone.
Mm.
Because I used that before. I used my phone before I had that computer. In.
Yeah. So Gloria's alien guide was directly affecting our equipment. We had a K2 going off, or the fart machine. I can't remember which, but the electronic equipment we've got set up here, the fart machine, the K2. Whatever's here was going 10 to a dozen. Hey?
By the fart machine. And
But the fart machines and all the device.
I know it is.
If I could change the sound,
Hearing
so it
Adam
goes
say fart
ding.
machine in such a serious way, it just makes.
or I can make a sound like we're here or something like that, I would.
Yeah. But yeah, and every time we was talking about a sensitive thing regarding, your alien guide and stuff around it, that our feed was getting. Well, it wasn't the feed that was getting affected; it was my tablet. It was, it was the actual equipment. It was directly affecting. So that is a very unique experience that we've had. I'd say it won't be the last time something will happen, but it was a very interesting evening.
There was also that time that we were stargazing. Do you remember in the summer?
Mm.
And then what was it? 2 in the morning. What time did you?
I went to bed
you
about
and Heather?
1:45 because I'm sitting there snoring my head off and you two are just chatting crap for the whole night. For like an hour, they're sitting there just drinking wine, chatting crap, and I'm just like.
And you literally went to bed, and within 10 minutes, there was an aircraft or UFO, don't know what it was, had come over too low to be a plane, but of that size.
Mm.
It was cloudy, but not full cloud. It was just sort of scattered cloud, if you like.
Yeah.
So you could still see blue sky or the sky sort of above, and it had come in, and you kind of saw it and didn't, but it was almost like cloak technology kind of thing, and it was the shape of like a moth.
Yeah.
And then we was like, oh my god, we saw it, and then literally 5-10 seconds later, another one came, and they weren't going at a supersonic speed; they were going slow enough that you could sort of follow it. But again, don't know what that was, but they were not planes.
Well, the time before that, when we was all out there, that was a Starlink satellite.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
it
a
was
row
a
of
bunch
about,
lights in the
a
street.
row of
yeah,
about 10
yeah.
of them, and
That was obvious
they're
to
all
that.
positioning out where they're supposed to be.
But this was low enough that
Yeah.
you could physically see it, like really see it.
So were there any lights on this?
Nothing.
That's weird. No,
It's
I'm
like
wondering if they were even.
4 houses up. It was
Yeah.
5 houses up. It was low enough. But you can't hear it, can't smell it. There's no turbulence. There was
Incognito.
again, nothing. If you had your eyes shut, you wouldn't have known it's there.
Or inconspicuous.
But you could see it, and it was moving.
So I wonder if there was no lights or anything, if they were even craft, there might have been entities in their own right.
Well, we first thought, is it dark? Like, not being funny, but like, was it no, that's definitely not good. And then, back when, and then almost to clarify what we'd seen, another one came across, which was a bit further away, only slightly though, but the first one, you could see the outline of it and everything. Very clearly.
We were sitting in the garden last year, me and my neighbour. It was one night, a year before. One night I hadn't got my telescope out, or maybe it was last year, and it was dark, and there were 3 red lights in the sky going too fast to be a plane. I did think of the planes at first, but they were really close together, and then they started going around each other like this. And off they went.
Spinning?
Yeah, no, not spinning, just like weaving.
Okay.
Anyway, my neighbour went, oh, they're missiles. Yeah, they're missiles. Russia, going to Russia. I was like, okay.
Really?
Yeah, he said that's
What, doing
how
the
how
dance of
missiles
love?
behave.
Doing the bird dance of love?
Yeah, it was really
No.
strange. So 2 were like that, and then the one that was here went between them, and then the one on the outside went round here. It was like they were doing sort of like synchronised flying rather than swimming.
Yeah.
Yes,
strange. But they seemed really high up.
Karen
It was
mentioned
like
that,
it
they were
was
quiet.
dark.
Neil Hyde's put, I still believe I was abducted and always will. Remember my story?
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
never
we
heard your
spoke about that
story,
last.
so I don't know. Can you do a little voice note for me? Can you do voice notes on
I
YouTube?
don't know if you can do voice notes on this, but I mean, if you can give a quick recap, Rory, that'd be great.
Yeah, Neil, if you can do a quick write up on it for us, please, just to jog our memories.
Mm.
We do vaguely remember, but
Yeah.
you can feel free to share. And Hev put, and they were completely silent too. And that's why I said, Hev, she did say that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
wouldn't have known they were there at all.
Well, so if you didn't see any lights, I'm just wondering if they were entities and not craft.
That was craft, definitely craft flying.
Okay.
Mind you,
But we
the
were just-
Mothman prophecies.
Well, I don't know. But
That was
we had
debunked as
the
well.
Yeah, I know.
loungers faced up. So if we'd been looking
Yeah.
straight ahead, we wouldn't have seen it. But because we were faced up directly, that's we both saw it at the same time.
Because you're looking for the meteorites, weren't you?
Well,
There's a meteor
we
shower.
were just looking for anything.
Well, the meteor shower was supposed to be happening that night, wasn't it?
I can't remember. We've done it a few. We've
Will
done
you
this year,
stop
yeah.
popping? Whoa!
What?
That just popped, and I touched it, and everything just fell. You've got a little bit of trouble, Betty.
So what's your take on Bigfoot Sasquatch?
I don't know, I'm a size 10 and a half, 11.
You're sitting there.
What is
Definitely
that?
I'm a size 10 and a half, 11. Big enough?
throwback.
It could be a throwback. There's suggestions that they are an alien species in their own right, or part of the part of humanity that went that way when we went this way.
There's too many signs for it to be fake, I think.
Yeah.
Way
But
too.
there's been a lot. I mean, there has been a lot of stuff around Bigfoot that has been debunked, but then there is some stuff which just
And there's Halloween costumes.co.uk. I've got a big lineup of excess stock, and they're giving it out to people in Canada and Germany and all that.
But there was that one. Was it in Canada or was it?
There's one in Canada that they debunked. It was a bloke in a suit, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that,
Yeah, it was a bloke in a suit.
There wasn't there another guy who said he'd seen some massive creature on a.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, look, no, oh, you're talking about the Canada one where we vanished.
yeah,
For entertainment purposes only.
I'm trying to
He posted a video on his TikTok,
that's right.
then posted another one, and he was made to stand there and go, all my stuff's lies, I was lying, and then disappeared. Yeah. Nephilim,
But the
so.
fact that all the video footage of the Sasquatch is
What?
not clear enough to be
Why does that?
absolutely definitive
Mm.
suggests perhaps
Sasquatch.
they're not of this earth
Can you
and that they're able to, I don't know.
Let's see what it was.
can you define what you just said? The
Yeti.
Sasquatch.
Bigfoot.
Right, is that what Bigfoot is? A Sasquatch?
Yes, that's Sasquatch,
Right.
Bigfoot.
Because I've heard
Yeti.
Sasquatch and Bigfoot and Yetis.
All the
Yeah.
same thing,
You know,
yeah.
they were the same thing, right? Okay.
But it's always very grainy, isn't it? And not,
Mm.
It's almost like
This is the thing, right? This is the thing.
near 3D.
yeah,
The
yeah.
thing that does me in 2022, 2020, when all these sightings come out, iPhones and phones were still showing like, you know, they were 20 megapixel cameras, which means they can show still 1080p and 4K. Why were all the pictures of all these aliens and all that all blurred and grainy?
Because they affect the camera. So you don't take,
Do they?
can't capture.
I've taken
Right.
pictures,
I mean, seriously, if you're
Exactly
taking a
like
photo of something,
but I was on the
you're going to
seafront,
shake if it's that
the
like,
cloud
oh,
formation,
I've got to follow it,
perfectly.
I've got to follow it. There's that as well.
Well, they were saying, why did you get your phone out? Because we were too busy, like,
Yeah.
in shock staring at it. And it was like,
Yeah, and the other thing as well is, yes, they are grainy, but how many of these shots are done at full zoom?
Exactly.
So they're going to
There is that as
be grainy and they
Yeah,
will be shaky.
yeah.
Because whatever you do with that phone is now amplified.
Yeah. Yeah, it's no, quite enough, I think.
Mm.
But
Have some more.
that's always one, you know, we don't get it here, do we? Things like Bigfoot and what's the, like the Loch Ness Monster, things like that.
got the hand of it.
Yeah.
I can't tempt you with them then.
No, they're pickled onion. So I'm safe. No, they won't be going like that. Yeah. I can hear more rattling.
So shall I replace them and raise you with Frazzle?
Oh, that's it.
Oh no, my nemesis.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that a yes then?
Yeah, right. Those are. Quit looking at the age thing, right? Throw things backwards. Maybe I'll fix it. It's strange.
Yeah, it seems pretty autistic.
Autistic? Autistic or artistic?
No, autistic.
Where she said that? She left her friends ones, like the blue ones. Don't be biased. Read the blue ones.
I'm racist, don't aren't we one? Alienist.
Alienist. Yeah.
So you
That's
only the
next
blue
thing,
ones.
isn't it? Alienist.
Fine, you ain't
Yeah.
the blue ones.
Is there a
Alienist,
program,
sorry.
a series called The
I'll have the
Alienist?
blue ones and you can have the green one
I
either.
don't know.
There is.
Why are they warm? They're not warm like someone's been sitting.
No, they've just been there.
Okay.
It was Karen.
Yeah, it was Carol.
It's hatching my eggs.
Yeah.
Freshly laid by Karen.
They're hatching. They're not terrier.
Oh, no. Too late, they're gone now, so. I'll just have a sip of apple twice. Ah, Neil said something. Right, hang on. Sorry, Neil, I missed that. Right. Neil, I was walking to the pub Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to be there for 1 p.m. Left home walking at 12:45 for 1 p.m. meeting.
See
The
the
road I walked down seemed endless. That was right. Yes, I remember this, Neil.
Yeah.
And when I came round, finally came to the junction, it was 30 minutes away from the pub, 15 minutes walk, 30 minutes further away from another direction. I jogged to the pub and arrived there at 1:30. Yeah. Yeah, remember that one? Yes, we do.
So you're walking to the park.
What should have took him 15 minutes took him 30 and then another 30.
time loss again.
So it's time loss.
But he doesn't remember anything.
No, I'm trying now.
Heather said, I've heard they are sort of interdimensional. They have been seen, hunted down, and literally vanish into thin air. Yetis she's talking about.
Mm.
People see they hide at their hideouts as well. Mind you, if you was that big and that hairy, you'd hide from public, wouldn't you? 'Cause the old deer hunters will come out, the bear hunters.
Maybe they've visited here and they've got some.
Still think they're Nephilim.
Apparently
They're a
they've
form of
been,
Nephilim,
they've been
that's what I
shots
think.
out. It's made no difference. They got a funny. They got a smell. That's something maybe we should look at for another round table.
I do think, as I said,
The Yeti.
I do think mythical beasts.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yetis,
Like
Nephilim, that
those
sort of thing, yeah.
Mythical.
Elementals.
Elementals, that's the word I was looking for, thank you.
Mythical.
Yeah, actually,
Mythical
I
beasts.
think I heard-
Elemental, my dear Watson. That's
Say
it's elementary, but I know elemental, my dear Watson.
He never
Yeah,
actually said that.
Isn't there like a panther or something? Red eyes?
Was you
Or
there?
something
Oh,
seen out.
They're called. Hang on.
What's that?
The Beast of Bodmin, you mean?
Panthery dog.
Are you talking about
Red
the
eyes.
Beast of Bodmin?
They're-
I don't know. I'm sure my Welsh friend saw
Devil's
that
dogs or death's
as well
dogs?
as the
What are they
red
called?
No.
things, wherever they were.
Oh
when
my
she saw
God,
them.
shucks.
She wouldn't
That's
lie.
it.
She didn't lie. She
They're
didn't
called.
lie about
They're
that.
called shucks. I think they're called shucks. The black dogs with red eyes.
That's what the Beast of Bodmin is, the
Yeah.
shark.
I'm sure they're called shucks. But there's, if you go to paranormal database, there's lots of reports of shucks on there all over the country. Even on St Michael's Mount in Pitsea.
Yeah.
There's reports of shucks up there as well.
Neil said, I remember nothing out the blue. My bumhole was untouched.
So you believe?
So you wasn't pro. It could have been a very small fingernail. Very small finger.
I think if you're really abducted by aliens, you probably won't remember it.
And the last
I mean,
thing...
this is just a sudden opinion of mine now.
Mm.
But if it's been created by just for entertainment purposes, governments down here, they'll want you to remember because that's the whole point of doing it.
So you tell it.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
so you remember it.
that's something that Stephen Greer has got into. Said that the alien abductions, or at least the ones that have been remembered, aren't
The
extraterrestrial.
ones that are
They're-
really painful and
Yeah.
unpleasant.
Unless they're DNA harvesting, trying to find that bloodline. There is that as well. They're searching for certain DNA, aren't they? Certain form... The establishments, they're trying to find...
For attempt.
Yeah, they already.
For attempt to can't speak.
For entertainment purposes only, they're trying to find certain kinds of bloodlines and that for...
They've done that.
And they
you
do
know,
that
you-
DNA testing.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm not being funny. If I was an alien, this is just my opinion, why would I want to stick my lovely finger up someone's dirt box?
What
I
are they
wouldn't want to
looking
do
for?
that.
But here they are. Microbes.
Maybe they hear.
What?
To investigate.
I suppose it's like what? Like remember those
Mind-
little biscuits you used to stick in the
Mind
box
the
with the
gap.
dippers in it?
Like a
Oh,
The chocolate dippers, chocolate
Shall I
dip.
just go to this shop and get some probiotic yogurts?
There you go.
That'd be a lot easier than probing someone's backside.
Like a
Well, why
chocolate
do
dip.
they do
Yeah.
that then?
I mean, there's numerous suggestions. One is to track us like we do with creatures on this planet. You know,
I'd
'cause
rather
like-
have an ankle.
I do have a mark on the inside of my left calf. After that.
okay.
Oh,
Do you know? Can you describe the mark, please, Neil?
Can you not upload a picture?
Well, no, because
Run a
it's
scan
on his
of
left.
Calf, lower leg.
Oh right. Left leg, I thought, isn't
You could try running a magnet over it or something like that and see if anything happens. But yeah, there's different purposes. There's one that, you know, to track us, like, you know, when we catch, you know, certain types of shark or whale, we
we
tag
don't
them,
put up
don't we?
a backside though, do we?
We don't
no,
stick our finger up their bum, do we? No.
No, good luck sticking your thumb up a shark's backside.
Safe for them pointing up its nose.
Yeah, just hold still, Jaws. Okay. But that's one thing. There's I mean, we've heard stories of you know, of sperm being taken from male abductees and eggs
lovely.
from females. Suggestion
Are
is,
they aliens or is this the establishment?
well,
Probably establishment.
Understand houses only.
possibly the establishment, but there's also a suggestion that some of
Ooh.
the creatures that take us, their DNA is deteriorating because they clone rather than reproduce. So they're taking human DNA to hybridise and prolong their
See, that doesn't
species.
make sense
There's-
to me.
Well, we were told about. I mean, let's say the X-Files. That is exactly what happened. You know, they were telling us in the X-Files about loads of things, including hybridisation.
I just had a really bad
Because
thought.
there was a thing where
If you stuck your thumb up a
these
big,
aliens, that we
blue
thought was
whale.
aliens,
does that mean
they
you're going to get
came and
semen all
told
over your
us
thing?
that we were you.
It's semen,
But
doesn't
I
it?
Yeah.
It's boats.
Yeah,
Maybe
changed
dig,
so
maybe
much.
Experiment.
Just went in my head and I'm like,
Changed so
no,
much
no, don't
by-
go there, don't go there.
no,
AI.
very nearly did.
And bits of injection. We changed.
Size of a
actually
5 pence.
changed, the human race into
Okay.
them. You think what? Little green thing.
Does it feel like there's anything in there?
Size of a 5 pence, slitty smoker, whatever that means. Has it got anything in there? Is there any lumps in there, Neil, like magnetic or anything? Can you run a magnet over it or something like that? Might be a tracker. Maybe the CIA or the MI5 and monitoring. Maybe.
What was that?
What did I find?
Don't they have to ask before they do an X-ray?
No, this is after she took it. I had really bad back.
Didn't you say, why are you asking that?
Well, she said she because it probably looked there's a bit of shadow on the screen.
Yeah,
You
but
had
the
the- you had the
tubes
metal.
gumped.
Yeah, but they're not the metal.
Titanium. Yeah, but they're sharp on an X-ray. Sometimes they fall off. Women end up with them down the bottom of their abdominal cavity and they end up in loads of pain.
No, I have, but not. There was one.
Might have fell off.
What was the other one?
Absorbed into your body. Don't know.
Floating around.
You should have a look. You should have a look on Google at X-rays of
But
women who've had their
aren't
tits-
your,
I know
um,
from my grade.
Yeah.
aren't your
So
fallopians
you
near
had
your
something
kidneys?
done, right?
It's not my kidney because I said to her I read a stent in my kidney, but they took that out. That
Right.
was only a temporary thing. But I'm sure she said what they used to do that wouldn't have. It wouldn't
Titanium.
It wouldn't have been that.
Oh, that sounds a bit weird. He's got the size of a 5 pence piece. It's a mole with a small white head. It never pops. It's just there on my leg.
Does it hurt? Does it
Yeah.
itch?
Have you ever had it checked out? Yeah.
Because that sounds like an injection type thing, doesn't it?
Have you spoken to a GP?
Dermatologist.
Yes, dermatologist. That's a nice kind of word, Karen.
A dermatologist, yes. Or the bloke that deals with skin. Sorry.
How much you had?
I've had none actually, I'm on the appetisers.
I'm
I'll
gonna say.
say, yeah.
I've had a small one and then I've had appetiser the rest of the night. Just my humour. No paint ever.
Okay.
But he hasn't had it looked at
Have you had it looked at, Neil? Apart from you, obviously.
How long did it?
since he went and lost some time
When
on
was
his way
that?
to the pub.
Yeah, what year?
I don't know.
Don't know. I'll ask him. What year? Well, we'll ask him in a minute. So obviously he'll follow through. It could be a, I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of tribal race mark. I don't know. Maybe it's just an after effect of if he did get abducted. I'm not saying he didn't, because he thinks he did, and he probably has. But that would be for entertainment purposes only. But
What's
maybe
making
it's-
him feel the abduction specifically?
if his instincts are telling him he has, then he has. Because your instincts won't lie to you.
No, but you can think,
He
oh,
lost
I just
time. He went
fell asleep, or
By sounds of it, he lost about an hour.
Quarter of an hour to the pub, ended up half an hour away, and then had to walk another half an hour to get there in the opposite direction. And he's got no recollection of it. I think that's
Like-
right.
That's right. That's
Wow.
right. Yeah. Because you come to a crossroads. I wonder if it was your crossroads.
What?
No, it could have been your crossroads. No, you said come to a crossroads. When you
Yeah.
said about your crossroads, it kind of like it's not taking a piss. It just hang on.
Oh yeah, no.
What's
mate,
with the
yeah.
crossroads? There's a metaphor with the crossroads. No decision, choice. I don't know. It was in 1995, December 24th.
So he's had it for quite a few years then.
And it's not grown or anything.
It's weird, isn't it?
And you didn't have it before.
I don't know.
Did you have it before, Neil? Before that date?
And then the white dot come around. I don't know.
The white dot kind of said to me they've either injected something into him or they've taken some samples from him.
Something's affected it,
Yeah.
and it's scarred or something, innit?
Mm.
It's strange.
Mm.
Time lapse thing.
The time lapse is common with
Abductions, yeah.
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 and they usually leave a tracer.
Which
I've
is
got
probably
the
this
two,
mark on
You
his
always
leg.
find something, don't you?
I've got the two asymmetry kind of areas in my head,
Rudy,
which have never gone, still there.
would you think that this mark on his leg was a branding? You know, like when they get cattle
Yeah.
and they brand them that it's one of
well
theirs?
be. Could well be, who knows?
No, they're definitely getting fiction.
Definitely something there. If it weren't there before.
No, I don't think so. He don't think it was there before.
Apparently they
If
just
it weren't there before, then it was there after this incident.
Maybe
It
it's
showed
a
up after a while, then perhaps
Neil. Maybe it's a branding of some sort.
branding.
Say that you was abducted and that's your brand. Like they do with cattle. I was just asking Rudy about
they wouldn't do it.
with cattle. What they do is when the farmers have got cattle, they brand them with their own number and a tag on their ear. Maybe that's their tribal tag for you. That say that you.
Oh, yeah, that.
I mean, I've got asymmetric lumps in my head there that they haven't healed.
Good evening, Big H Productions.
Hello, Big H Productions.
Hello there.
So what are you 5 up to?
Uh,
Talking about aliens tonight.
yeah. Our experiences with craft and interactions and yeah,
UAPs.
UAPs. Yeah, just and what our thoughts are on
Aliens.
the so-called agenda.
My mum had a weird experience. I don't do anything to do with aliens. But she used to walk me to school every morning. So I was probably about 7, I suppose. So what was this? In the 70s. And we were going to school. And I can't remember if I saw it or not, or if this was when she came to pick me up for lunch. But there was this massive, it had been snowing, but of course all the snow mostly was gone. There was this huge snowball. It was like as tall as a person. It was a great big thing. My mum just thought, oh, kids have been over.
Rolled
It's
it.
like,
yeah.
we used to call it the Tech in Southend High School, but it's I don't know what it was called. Anyway, she thought, oh, they've obviously started with a little ball, rolled it and rolled it and rolled it. So it was maybe 20-minute walk to my school, 20 minutes back. I didn't see it because on the way back, she was picking me up for lunch. On the way back, she said, oh, you've got to see this snowball. It's a massive snowball in the field opposite. It wasn't there that morning because she'd walked me to school that way, coming through the park, and then Tech was opposite. So we got up the slope. I'm going, Mum, where's the snowball? It's gone. And she was like, Mum, I know my mum, she don't make stuff up. And she was just like, but it was there. Like, I could tell by her face, she was absolutely just like, but it was huge. Like, it was like person
So,
high.
so it wasn't long enough to melt or break down.
No, and then there was not a pile of snow around, so no one had hacked at it or anything. So and maybe it's nothing to do with aliens, but it was very bizarre that it was there, and then less than an hour later, it was gone.
Big H Productions said, so do you think it's human or something else in these UFOs? That's what we was talking about earlier.
Oh,
False flag events with, you know, reverse engineering, i.e. Area 51, for entertainment purposes only. Or something else. Maybe these are real. Maybe they're real entities and they're just...
I'm going to flick up something which is a man-made. Bear with me, so just keep chatting. But
well, this was done in Nazis created some.
They were
space
very
vehicles,
into the cult, weren't they, and all that sort of stuff,
They
yeah.
were into the Thule Society, and everything going there, didn't they?
That's why Hitler got a lot of his people to hunt out certain artifacts.
Yeah.
They did. The artifacts, I mean, the Ark of the Covenant, obviously, as you know, with certain films, they made it look like it was just for films, but he did actually do a lot of dark arts and, like, he was into the occult.
bingo. Thank you, Yandex. Straight there.
Love Yandex. I've been using Yandex all the time, man. Love it.
Yeah. On a side note, if you want a good web search engine, use Yandex.
Before you start, Neil Hyde's doing a snowman's bowling ball, possibly?
Eh?
A snowman's bowling ball, possibly?
That must have been a big snowman.
That must have been, yeah. It could have been Nephilim snowman. Bigfoot's bowling ball.
Right.
Anyway, as you want.
Anyway, right. I don't. Can you see that on the camera?
Let me just zoom in if I can. Move it.
I'll show you in a sec.
Lift it up a little bit. If you can see that, yeah, go on, Adam.
Right. That is an alien reproduction vehicle. Now, obviously, it looks.
ARP.
Yeah, ARP.
Oh,
Now, obviously, it looks alien because it's kind of using alien back-engineered technology, but that is a man-made craft. The early ones, I don't know if you can see, if I go there, right, now you can see the bulges on the side.
Can't see
They're
that,
actually,
Adam.
sorry, can you see the bulges on the side there?
Right, lift this up a little bit. There you go.
Right, so the crew would sit in the top there. Down here, you've got the oxygen tanks for obviously, you know, for the crew, and it works on a electromagnetism to create the anti-gravitational
Magnetic coil in the
fields.
middle to go
Yeah,
around. Yeah,
it's create the anti-gravitational field,
See the
so
magnets
it'll
underneath,
hover
yeah.
and it'll move. But it's a completely different way of propulsion, which if you look it up, I can't remember who said it, but someone from the American military said we've got the technology to take ET home.
yes, they have.
And
Yeah.
that'll be that. But yeah, if you see the bulges on the side, they're actually camera pods. The early ones, we're going back to the 50s and 60s, will have big pods because obviously early camera technology was big. But newer ones, they will be a lot smaller because obviously our camera technology has vastly improved since then. And I can't remember who said they've seen
That's
them, but
where, Big H Productions said the amount of views after World War II went right up over the Nazi bell.
yeah,
Oh, it looks like a Dalek.
And that's what the Nazi bell was formed on, wasn't it?
yeah.
Pretty tough, though, didn't it?
the skirts on the side are lead panels.
That's
And-
heavy.
Or lost in space.
Yeah, but when you've got anti-gravitational technology, it don't matter. It can weigh as much as its hour.
That was like
If you're anti-grav, it don't matter.
I think
I
it
don't
was the
believe they have the
Nazis.
technology to take heat.
It was
to
Germany,
the home,
Nazi
because we
Germany.
don't know where he came from.
I believe it was Nazi Germany that
We
actually
don't, but they
started.
ARV, yeah.
ET's not real.
But wasn't it Nazi Germany that
That
started?
was the quote. You've got
I
to
know.
yeah,
Wasn't it Nazi Germany that started
the Nazi
doing
bell.
flying
Yeah.
saucers there?
Yeah,
Nazi bell.
according to Stephen Greer, we have had anti-gravitational technology since the 30s, which would coincide with the Nazi bell.
Have you heard of the Italian crash back in the 30s? Apparently,
No.
Oh, didn't that happen near Vatican? Or was it Rome? One of the two. Sure, I've seen something on that. But yeah, we've had that. there was another crash that happened in the States back in the time of the Wild West.
Mm.
And it's allegedly they were the crew or the aliens that manned that craft are buried somewhere out there.
Mm.
Or I think the stone's still there, but obviously once American secret services and that got going, they've gone and robbed the graves. But there's a story of a saucer crash in the States going back to the turn of the 19th century. But I'm sure that one was, it was either Rome or the Vatican.
Sorry.
The thing is, if you believe, and I do, that you go back to the pyramids and all that, alien interactions with humans, I don't believe that was an unusual thing. I think we just had a different mind.
Mm.
We weren't bogged down with technology, we weren't
How they
brainwashed like we are now.
We just accepted it because they were our gods.
Yeah, it was just
Eric Van
Eric Von Daniken.
and it Chariots of God.
Yeah.
All of that. If you can watch that series online.
I know,
what
I
you're
used to
saying.
subscribe to
Oh,
that.
the whole thing is
That was the first book I read that really opened my mind
Yeah.
to things
So
like
loads
what
of
we
things that
think
he
they are.
says in that are you can't explain it. Like it's just at the time how they interpret it.
Yeah.
It's like a man on a flying car or whatever, But that's the equivalent of what they look at. That's how they describe it. And then there's a painting with like a UFO in the background.
Mm.
I think I got to you. It was like the Last Supper or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And it's in there.
that's right.
Yeah, it's
So-
in most
But
of the paintings.
It's in yeah, exactly. So
I tried to
they
explain
figure
why those
out-
lenticular clouds, but
Yeah, but it's how they would
Mm.
view it at the time. Obviously,
Yeah,
they
they've
don't
got
know
nothing
planes
of it.
exist.
yeah.
They just view it as
Well, yeah, early man, our intelligence hasn't changed. It's just our knowings,
yeah.
So, even going back 200 years, we'd have had no concept of man flying. So, you'd best describe what's in the air.
How you describe
Yeah,
it.
it's a flight. It's a big
Bird.
eagle
Yeah,
with
no,
flames
something-
coming out
yeah,
of
that's
it.
Yeah,
It's they would describe it
Yeah.
with things that they knew of at the time.
it's like a phoenix.
Yeah. And going back to the pyramids, I think we discussed it on the last one. But all over the world, there are pyramids, not like the Great Pyramids.
Mexico.
Yeah, but they're pyramid shaped, but they're hollow in the middle. And what was found?
Box. I was sitting here watching this box move like that, slide out, and then this was pushing down. And I'm thinking, what's going on there? Bit of cardboard folded over, and it popped up, and it pushed the boxes all down. Just sitting here watching it and thinking, I can't have this, I can't have that, it's going to crash all down. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah,
That's the Vatican one you talked about. Sorry, he did say it's the one at the Vatican in the 30s.
Oh, was right,
Yeah.
Yeah, how many people would love to go to the Vatican to see exactly what they've got down there?
I'd love to go in there.
I'm
in
sure
the
they've allegedly got
My
alien
daughter went
bodies
to the
there.
Vatican last year.
We went years ago.
Yeah, she said it's just huge.
But it's the archive they've got underneath
You
it.
only see a tiny little bit of it. and you
5,
don't
6
see-
floors,
I
is
was
it?
just like blown away.
Mm.
You just don't have any concept unless you go there, apparently.
But it's the 5, 6 floors of covering the whole area of artifacts
Yeah.
that they've saved. And if you believe that every single deed of loan and mortgage goes to the Vatican City, then they've got to have somewhere to store that stuff.
Mm.
Every deed is stored at the Vatican, isn't it? Every mortgage deed, every loan deed is always stored at the Vatican. Don't know why. But
Yeah, well, just saying about these pyramids, they've got the flat tops and they're hollow in the middle. And some of these flying craft, we've actually got the measurements from whatever the cubits were, which is what they used at the time. There were scale models made of, let's say, a pyramid in South America, where the Aztecs were. And then they've got the measurements of a Vimana, which is what the Indians, Indians described as these flying vehicles. they found that when they made scale models of both the pyramid and the craft would fit exactly into the hollow of these pyramids.
But they're so far away. There's
Exactly.
No way at that
There's
time
no way
yeah.
either civilization could have known
I'm
about
sure
the other.
he's discussed stuff on that.
Yeah, I think it might have come from Eric von Däniken,
Yeah.
but
And then I remember there was this massive mountainous plain, and it's like it's been laser cut, and then on so it's flat. It's like a chunk cut out of the side of this big terrain, and there's like a etched into it. There's like a patterns that are. There's no way man could have done it when it was done.
we
But
were
like
not.
What's come and
They
put
tried
the
to tell
slice
us,
out of
yeah,
it. It's like almost. I think it was something to do with electrical fields or tectonic plate or something. I can't remember now. Something electrical, and you went along this, and this is what powered up, and it was like a runway. I can't remember what it was. It's gonna back me up.
the NASCAR lines, which if you've watched Eric von Däniken,
Yeah.
that's something else he discussed, and I
Right,
can remember
exactly.
BBC Two trying to debunk it. It was hilarious, which I'll get onto. But obviously, all the NASCAR lines, you can only view them from the air.
This was a view, aerial viewpoint. It's
These giant,
huge.
you know, the giant bird and whatever else, you could only see them from the air. But what he was saying, when you've got all those NASCAR lines, it looks rather like an airport.
This
Yeah.
looked like a runway.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
it was like that, and then it had circles, and
Yeah.
then other lines, and something else. But I'm sure there was some sort of electrical field under it, around it, or near it, and it.
It might have been on a ley line.
Yeah, something like that,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, something like
And
that.
what he was saying is, that when you look at it from an aerial perspective, it looks just like how
Yeah.
an airport would look.
Yeah.
You know, complete with parking bays and stuff. whatever
Take
you
care,
call
Big
them.
H. Thanks for popping in
Yeah, good to see you, H.
from Liverpool as well. We've got.
Welcome, H. And yeah, we'll
Take care.
see you
Peace out
again.
from Liverpool.
Yeah, love and light to you, mate.
Right.
Yeah, what he was saying is that that's what it looked like, an airport, and these are all parking bits for
Bays.
aerial vehicles. Now, BBC Two, I seem to remember, they tried to debunk this by driving a freaking Volkswagen camper van down these lines, saying, and it was so rocky, he said, how would something with wheels land on this? So you're trying to debunk what he's saying with a freaking Volkswagen camper van bumping down this.
And these extraterrestrial craft are supposed to have wheels, are they?
I thought they had
How would they
anti-gravity.
need a landing strip?
Because there's a
They just
motorway
come
in the
down.
sky.
I thought they had
Yeah.
anti-gravitational hover where they can just hover above the ground. I don't think
Yeah,
they need
so
wheels.
why do they need to follow a line? They could just.
I'm sure this.
Maybe it was
The way it
the.
was laid out, there was electrical something or other that helped it propel.
It's going to annoy you.
Maybe it
I'm
was
gonna
the
have to watch it. I'm
amateur
gonna get it on video.
aliens that
I
were
do.
trying to.
Or it
Back
was
on their training
earlier
wheels.
craft. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Like a
you've also
training
got to
wheels.
remember, I think it was in the Book of Enoch
Back.
when he describes a flying
Into the back.
vehicle.
Yes.
You've only been here 3 days.
And he was
right?
describing
Yeah.
the landing
Next
parts
to
of
a
it.
Wolfman.
It was like a wheel within a wheel. It could turn on its own axis. So that some of the landing craft did have wheels, and NASA actually patented that design. It's a wheel that can turn in on itself.
They made that. You're talking about the ball like in Contact, where it would actually spin on itself, but it can actually spin in all 4 axes. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, it's
A bit like
it's much
BB-8
that.
out of Star Wars.
Yeah,
The way that his ball
That's
moves,
it.
he can move anywhere he wants. He
Yeah.
still stays. Yeah. Because that's NASA technology, apparently, reversed. For educational purposes only. What's that?
I'm just thinking
Is
of
that what I was
I'm just thinking of the Dyson ball mover when you say that.
Yeah. Is that the same
Yeah,
thing?
even that, yeah.
I haven't got one.
Or a
Yeah,
mouse.
Yeah, or a mouse.
Mouse. Yeah,
That is good. That
everyone
everything.
done
I
it.
love, and he goes myths and legends, myths and legends. His
I could
accent is-
listen to Eric all
Oh,
day.
it's fantastic.
I
you
might
see that
I might have to
one,
resubscribe from
It's on the Gaia channel. I don't
Just to watch
just to
that.
see if it's on there, or if you can get it on DVD.
And you see one where he's on that,
It's like a series.
was it, that
Yeah.
Inca thing?
Yeah.
And he's got that bloke sitting in a chair. Looks like he's sitting in a spacecraft thing. You know,
That's
he's got
it.
this
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's
know,
so
you
much
think,
on there.
And you get the hieroglyphics that are modern day aircraft and
That's
bits.
yeah.
You
It's the
think
way
you-
Yeah, but they've been put over the top of the old things, haven't they?
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know what the original ones were.
No. No.
It is fascinating. It was so, and he was saying about all the different gods, but they all depict all over the world, the different religions and cultures. Predominantly all the same thing, but they've all got the same things painted within their historical.
Yeah, so
recordings.
Zeus, no, more well known. So Neptune was the same as,
Poseidon.
that's it.
It's just the way it's
Poseidon.
interpreted
It's just
from
one's
that
Greek
culture.
and one was Roman, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Same sort of
Atlas
thing.
and, was it Atlas and Zeus? I can't remember.
And then
Right,
another
yeah.
one
Fold
was
the
the
world up.
blue people, which would have
The
been
blue people.
Palladian.
I don't know. They
They
were
would be Arcturian.
Egyptian long, tall blue people.
Egyptian.
They, but no, the head was more.
The head was longer, wasn't it? Or what the...
Oh, I can't remember. But I just remember them being really tall.
Are they the ones that
And
have like
blue.
crocodile
Ezekiel.
faces?
Yes, I think so. Very
Yeah.
something like that. But they were really tall.
Mm.
So then there would have been a bit on the skips of the giants.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't remember where this landing strip type.
I've seen it, isn't it?
It's-
It's on the mountain
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
been it's
Yeah,
been
that-
that was
laser.
the thing.
It's been laser cut. There's no way man would have done
At
that.
the
It's been
bottom,
laser cut.
It's got like wheels within
We got
wheels.
one in Australia called
No, this
Table
isn't Australia.
Mountain.
This isn't
It's not
Australia.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Mm.
That's Table Mountain.
That's what I was trying to
in,
describe.
Or Table Mountain.
It's in
South
South
Africa, sorry.
Africa.
South Africa.
I'm sure this was more American.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen a
Yeah.
picture of it.
It's in the series anyway. There were so many. I watched the series on Instagram. My friends we used to watch it every week. It's fascinating.
Ezekiel spaceship Bible verse. It was in the book of Ezekiel.
Yeah, that's the part of the Bible that's wasn't very
Yeah,
wasn't out in the
the
mainstream.
Roman Catholics didn't
Devil's
like it.
Tower in Wyoming.
Pardon?
Devil's Tower in Wyoming.
If you've got a picture of it, I'll say.
That's what
Close
Have
Encounters
just-
of the Third Kind, that was, wasn't it?
Something like that.
I
Yeah,
don't know
that-
what it's called.
The thing
That's
that people
the
are now trying to convince everyone is an old tree.
That's it. It was that thing that's yeah.
Yeah.
And he built it in his kitchen.
In his,
didn't
with his mashed
With
potato.
mashed potato.
Yeah,
I
and
remember
his
that.
wife was
Yeah,
like,
and
"What are
it
you
was just
doing?"
sitting there going.
Do you know, to be fair, that film could have been done in half the time though. So the film's about a week long. I mean, it's good.
It's a fantastic film. And do you know, bearing in mind that was made, what, 1978, 79?
Oh, something like that, yeah.
Do you know how much it cost to make that
Yeah.
film? 22 million.
So it depends.
No, that cost 22 million
That was a lot of money.
dollars.
Don't know.
It's the bloke that actually made the do, as you say, do.
Well, yeah,
How long did it take him to write that?
well, I mean, tone and colours and numbers are universal.
Yes, of course so.
So, how would you communicate if you couldn't use speech?
Like that.
But if you watch that film, I mean, if you watch that film now, the special effects are so they stand up now. The special effects in that film.
And it was all micro technology, mini sets like Star Wars. Lucas and Spielberg always used mini sets.
Yeah.
Built
Yeah,
them
true.
out of wood, painted them, decorated them. The trees were all fake, and that machine coming down was on a rod, and it would just spin around with all the lights on it. It's the only way they could do it.
What surprises me is, I mean, getting back to the I mean, H.R. Geiger had a dream.
Yeah,
didn't
I know.
he?
I've
And
seen
the
it.
alien creature was based on a dream, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was weird. Kind of thing.
That was a weird dream I had.
But you got to remember the bloke that wrote Aliens. He, as a kid, envisioned that creature, that xenomorph, like that.
Yeah.
Do you
With
know
a
what?
big long dome.
Do you know?
Something, one of his fears, and that's why he
I'll
brought
tell you
aliens.
something else. You know, I was sort of channeling these things, and I actually channeled one of these creatures that was like that. But they weren't anything like as vicious as that.
No.
They were highly intelligent, but lived in a darker kind of world. But exactly the same as them.
It was a xenomorph.
Yeah, but
Wow.
wasn't nothing, not as bad as.
Yeah.
And they found that quite amusing.
Oh, so the aliens found that amusing because they
Yeah.
were being
Yeah,
made to
they've been
look.
portrayed by it like that.
Yeah,
I just found it quite amusing. So I thought that was good.
Yeah.
But they were actually, you know, actual races.
So that's a real creature.
What he saw was an actual being, an actual.
But you can imagine, can't you? I don't look like that. I never said that. Here,
Yeah.
Bob, look what this bloke's portraying me as. Look. Oh, really?
I've
Can you
got-
imagine it? Yeah.
I've got sympathy with that because bloody hell, the Evening Echo misrepresented what I've said once or twice.
Yeah, I remember seeing that and I'm thinking,
I didn't say that.
It was in,
Yeah.
but this was in the middle of nowhere.
I'm sure there's some aliens up there looking down us going,
The shapes that were
really? We don't look like that. We don't say that. We don't
No.
do that. Really?
We don't act like that.
We don't probe people. That's our sexual organs. We don't probe
can you
people.
imagine though the comic side of that and then
Yeah.
them saying, blimey, they've got our image in that and they portray us like that. That's a laugh. We're not like that.
Hey, evil. I'm Nigel. I'm nice.
Yeah.
I'm a nice bloke. I'm not like that.
I'm not like Frank that lives like 3 eons down that way. I'm not like him. I'm Nigel. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Alien.
maybe that's how they upload. They plug in and upload.
I see.
But what if that was it was a probe with loads of sensors on it, and orifices on our body are like USB connections.
The what?
USB connections. They just plug it in, download your data, and then put it out.
Do you think it's to push us, make us more?
I think it's all fake. That's probing stuff anyway. But
Broke up with them.
Or up the bum?
I'm not being funny. I wouldn't travel if I was an alien. I wouldn't travel millions of miles to stick my finger up someone's bumhole.
But where did that even come from? The
Don't know.
thing?
Well, I mean, Stephen. Again, going back to Stephen Greer, when he's talking about the alien abductions, a lot of them are not aliens. They're by some of the small grays are biological robots,
Yeah, I heard about that.
and we've made them, or rather we've been given the technology from the more nefarious species to make these biological robots, and it's them that's carrying out
Yeah.
the abductions and the probing and all the nasty shit, and that's what's that's what they are.
If you was an alien, would you come to this world to do that, or would you come to sample the delicacies like alcohol or stuff like that, the good stuff? You know, would you like to see the views? Would you like to see the planet, how things grow here, with the nature? Why would you come here to stick your finger up someone's bum? Seriously, that's without making it bad. What I'm trying to say is, you wouldn't travel halfway across the bloody galaxy just to hurt someone.
No. All I can say is,
I'll go with Adam about creating these robots that, you know, because we're using advanced technology, all they are,
They're more advanced than us.
and they create these robots that do exactly the work that they want them to do.
They gave
they're
us
biological,
missiles.
they're not mechanical.
They gave us missiles when they've got like bloody laser guiding, like lasers, right? That's what they give. They gave us missiles and bombs. Do you think that can harm them? No, can't harm them. We'll not harm them. They gave us the technology. They're going to give us something to hurt them, aren't they?
Well, I was I've been listening to the Wi-Fi's podcast, which is some repeats of the YouTube episodes, but there's some redacted stuff that they can't put on YouTube, and there's some deep dives. But I've been listening again during the week, and it goes back to the Watchers,
I remember that.
and apparently
I've heard of them.
They were-
Was that with Stephen?
they were the 300 that come down to watch over humanity, but then they got corrupted and decided to take human women for wives, and because they wanted their own offspring, which were the Nephilim. But one of the things that come from these watchers is they were showing us stuff, technology, and teaching us stuff. And one of them was metallurgy and how to make weapons.
Metallurgy, yeah.
So our experience of weapons has come from.
They gave us metallurgy. If you think about the games, right? Your game as well as Rudy's. You think about for games like Civilization, where you actually have to research and you trade with other nationalities in that game for metallurgy, husbandry, that sort of thing. You know, to progress. Anyway, Hev just said at this point, if there was an alien invasion, I would consider it a rescue mission.
Well, yeah.
To be honest, I'm not being funny. Please come to the UK with a massive great mothership and beam us all up and leave there, please. It would be a rescue mission, wouldn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right,
Way
yeah.
the world is at the moment.
Well, I mean, why would you want to come to a world that's absolutely in the process of
Destroying each other,
destroying each
ripping
other?
us apart, creating a divide. It's just not. It's not worth it. I wouldn't come here if I was an alien.
Or maybe it's a certain few types of aliens that are
Engineered
behind
it.
that are engineering these divisions. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, loads of bad energy, we can feed off of
For
that.
But as-
entertainment purposes only,
Yeah.
that could be the driving force behind the whole thing, couldn't it? Or
But
we
for
know.
entertainment purposes only, Rudy, nature always finds a way.
That's fine.
Always does. It always balances out. It creates a balance of life. Everything balances out. So with the bad, there's going to be a good.
Oh, it's from these cars, they do race.
Mass formation psychosis does a lot of this stuff.
Here's putting a question out to all of you. Name a film where aliens come from under the ground, not space. Tremors.
Are they aliens or just big worms?
They were giant worms with massive round mouths and tooths.
I know.
Tooths.
Where
And
are they?
Kevin Bacon
I know.
was big and strong.
The Time Machine.
Yes.
H.G. Wells, Time
Yes.
Machine.
Journey to the centre of the earth.
Yeah.
Journey to the Centre of the Earth's another one.
Wasn't there dinosaurs though?
Oh, that was Duck. Oh, not another Duck McClure film.
Doug McClure.
That was Doug
I
McClure.
used to watch them.
They were indigenous.
Indigenous. I'm sorry, sir. Here's another Duck McClure film. Please don't hit me. The dwarf. Tonight's entertainment. I'm afraid it's a Duck McClure film. Duck McClure.
What was it? Yeah. What was it actually? It was one with a submarine in it, wasn't there? And they went tried to go into dinosaur territory. Oh my god! So cheap effects, weren't they? Done.
But what if Journey to the Centre of the Earth was like what they portrayed? There was different civilizations down into near the core.
It's supposed to be.
What, on a flat Earth?
Talking about Agartha.
Yeah, I said it was flat Earth.
Agartha, whatever you call it. You know, Atlantis, all this. You know.
Different realms, different.
You know,
No
under
one
the
knows
ice,
it's flat or
under the
round.
South
one
Pole,
does.
You know, there's
All I know is
found
that
alien artifacts under there. And all.
they say as above as it is
Like what, under
below.
the South Pole?
Yeah.
On Google Earth, there used to be a big hole at the South Pole.
It's now gone now. It's been filled
and then
in.
it disappeared.
It's been filled in. See?
That they took that great big snowball.
Yes.
That's where it went.
and
That's where it
blocked
went.
the hole.
They picked up and went.
Filled it out.
And
Elon,
left Hitler
Elon,
and his mates in there.
Elon Musk got his boring company and filled it in.
Everything about Elon Musk is boring.
Yeah.
But what is
He's actually got a company called the Boring Company.
Oh,
Which does drill into the earth. Seriously, I'm not making that up. He has
What's
got a
that?
company. Elon Musk has got a company called the Boring Company. He does drill into the earth.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
not a lie. That's
There's
fact.
nothing Elon Musk doesn't do.
I love it when he picks on certain political figures, though.
Like,
it's
like
anything Elon Musk.
stars.
Yeah, him, yeah.
Like stars.
Is that a gnat?
The spider.
Oh, is it?
Why don't you just leave him in here?
For entertainment purposes only, of course.
I'm in a house spider.
What, the spider? No, that was real.
That is entertainment now.
Do you not like spiders?
Oh, I love spiders.
The latest Kong movie is all about Hollow Earth.
Latest what movie?
Kong movie.
King
God,
Kong.
Godzilla versus Kong is all about Hollow Earth.
Ah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I
Godzilla
remember
lives in
that.
a
I've
Hollow
seen
Earth.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, it's gone quiet.
Yeah, it's 11:10.
So, does anyone want to ask us any questions, please?
Before we wrap up.
Before we wrap up, if you want to ask Gloria, Karen, Rudy, Adam, or myself any questions, please do it now before we go.
It's not
Any
to say
questions?
we'll answer, but you can ask.
Any questions on aliens, please?
Legal.
Yes, Rudy. Which planet do you actually come from?
He comes from the planet Bob, which is 45 eons
Bob.
west of
Eons.
Proteus. Light years.
Light eons.
So you got
Like,
Proteus, then you got Bob.
Bob. He comes from planet Bob, which is actually indigenous to JD. That's where Bulban comes
What's it
from.
they say? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Yeah.
But I speak Venetian.
He's a barbarian.
Barbarian, yeah.
It's a warrior, not a glue. You're in a bowl, and you're a Carunta. But when he's had too much to drink, he can't
I ain't
say
going to
it.
say that word. So I'll end up saying something.
Yes, yeah, no, be careful. You've already mentioned the cave tonight.
What?
You've already mentioned the cave tonight.
Yeah, but that's your mind's thinking that.
That's very true.
My mind was
that
it.
wasn't, that
Me,
wasn't-
him, and you both burst out laughing. when
Yeah,
you
but
said it.
that was your dirty mind's thinking.
I didn't.
That. Didn't take much for that to happen, did it? With your mind, mate.
Really? Even she looked at you double. What? And you went, oh, what?
Yeah, but I weren't talking about that.
Just say it, did you?
That was
I
your
know you
mind
weren't
thinking
talking
that.
about that, Rudy.
I know what you meant. It just came out wrong.
Yeah.
Perhaps you didn't read the room well enough.
That's quite frequent with me, mate. I am as I am, you know.
So if anyone's got any more questions,
Yeah,
please feel free
We've
to
got start
ask.
for another couple of minutes.
What, two?
Yeah. So some of us have got work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, indeed.
It's
Let
my
joy
hump.
be unconfined.
My hump day tomorrow.
And don't forget your Eric von Däniken videos.
I've got to
Gotta
try and
watch
find
it.
them.
You gotta watch them.
I've seen them, I just
All
can't
of
remember
them.
it.
All
The
of
whole
them.
series. I
The
watched
whole
the whole
series.
series. I just need
They
to-
got that alien stuff on, was it Blaze, is it?
I
Yeah.
tried.
Blaze channel, they got all about the alien.
Yeah, no, I've seen
stuff on
different
them.
bits. Yeah, catching it. That was on the Guy channel when I watched that though.
They don't know. There's another good channel which is the Fifth Element and the Fifth Element and Paul Wallace. But Paul Wallace does a lot of stuff on the Fifth Element.
Hev said a good read is Alien in the Scalpel.
The Skirple.
Scalpel.
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 Skateboard.
So like
As
Skirple.
in-
Scalpel, yeah, sorry.
Scalpel.
I couldn't read it from here. It's just
Swab.
Scalpel. About a doc that was asked to remove implants.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw
Well, now
a
if you're still on,
documentary about that.
well, now if you're still online,
Removing
that's
implants.
worth looking at.
Yeah.
That's another thing as well.
Some weird metal things in
Mm.
people's ankles and all sorts of stuff, yeah.
Mm.
You just talked about that earlier, though, didn't you? About metal being in your.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to go and have a look at my X-ray.
You didn't keep the bit of metal, obviously.
No, she just come. I was having an X-ray. on my back.
Still in
She goes,
there.
It's still in there. She goes, have you got any metal? I went, well, not that I know of.
You've been
Come and have a look.
abducted and you've been metalised.
Yeah, with titanium.
Uh-huh.
Titanium rings.
When did you get money?
Well, you've got titanium clips like me, so.
Clips, that's it,
A
yeah.
ring as
I
well.
don't know what they used.
They are titanium clips.
Titanium is
But
not.
eventually,
I know the bit.
the organic matter wears away, so the clips end up going wherever you like.
Something I read a few days ago. Titanium is not indigenous to this planet.
I wanted one to
No. Titanium is not indigenous to this planet.
So where do they mine it from?
Don't know. But all I know is titanium is one of the only things that's not from this planet. Like element 115 as well.
115.
Element 15.
Element 15, that's the one that's right.
Yeah.
Heather said he tried cutting them open and found they almost disintegrated. So he tried doing the cutting in human plasma and they didn't disappear. Oh, and they moved away from the scalpel, showing intelligence.
Wow.
I moved away from the scalpel.
Cutting.
So you're talking about.
like an
No.
opposite of a magnet.
No, I'm talking about nanotech.
Yeah, intelligence.
Nanotechnology, which is robotic
Micro.
microbes.
Anyway, I think that's the last of the questions.
Yeah. Okay, folks. We'll leave it there for this instalment, and we will let you know what the next one will be. Obviously, we've got the Ask a Medium again, which will be the third Monday of this month. We'll double check the date on that because I don't know what it is.
I can tell you one sec.
Okay.
I'll just look on the window. Third Monday, 1, 2, 3. Which is it?
30th, isn't it?
Monday would be the 26th.
Oh, is it?
If you want to do it the third Monday. So it's 1, 2, 3.
Oh, third, yeah, sorry. I
Of
was
the 19th or the 26th. It's up to you.
Based out.
The third.
The 19th in 2 weeks and the 26th in 3 weeks. So
we've just
The
said not
26th is the last Monday.
26th is
Yeah,
the last
so
Monday.
it'll be the 19th.
19th.
Right, okay. So, yeah, next live stream will be the Ask a Medium again, and that will be on the 19th of August. And you can come and ask us all our spiritual questions and anything to do with the paranormal.
Or, yeah, we better not commit to the date yet, because you know what's happening 2 days before that, don't you?
17th. Oh, yes. I think we'll have sobered up by then.
Yes, I'm sure we have.
Yeah.
So, we won't commit on it
I
yet.
will have.
You see, you're
Just some of
Oh,
So-
media.
Okay, well, we're going to leave it there. So, from all of us here at Southend Para-Quest, we will bid you on. We'll wish you good love and light. God bless.
Good night, God bless.
Love and light to you all.
See you again soon.
Bye bye.